fan out any minute. See? Yeah.
Flasher.
You gotta sit down, man.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath day, y'all. We get about our Abba's business. Y'all know how we get down, y'all. We turn toward holy Jerusalem, from whence our help cometh from. So with that, y'all, we're going to get it going.
That was a short, sweet version.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying they didn't give me a chance to do nothing.
That's what I'm saying. The abbreviated version.
Yeah.
Nobody knew of. All right, family. We're going to get this opening prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And it's in the name of His only begotten and beloved Son, our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer, Yahushua HaMashiach. Yes. But we know Him as Jesus the Christ, family.
Yes, sir.
Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms, in the 30th chapter, it reads, I will extol thee, O Yahweh,
Yes,
for thou hast lifted me up, and hast not made my foes to rejoice over me. O Yahweh, my Elohim, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. O Master, thou hast brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing unto the Most High, O ye saints of His, and give thanks at the remembrance of His holiness.
Yes, sir.
For His anger endureth but a moment. In His favor is life.
Yes.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And in my prosperity I said, I shall never be moved.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh, by thy favor, thou hast made my mountain to stand strong. Thou didst hide thy face, and I was troubled.
Yes, sir.
I cried unto thee, O Yahweh, and unto the Most High I made supplication. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Hear, O Master, and have mercy upon me, Yahweh. Be thou my helper. Thou hast turned from me my mourning into dancing.
Yes, sir.
Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness, to the end that my glory may sing praise to thee, and not be silent, O Yahweh, my power. I will give thanks unto thee forever. Hallelujah!
Yes, sir. Once again, Shabbat Shalom family. Get about our Abba's business, y'all. We're going to get right to it. But before we do, Shalom, man. We want to send out any prayer requests that we may have to by
House of Judah Matthias down in Florida.
Yes, sir.
I think my brother is under the weather, dealing with some issues.
Definitely praying for our Judah Matthias. Also want to from the house of Jacob Israel. He want to thank all family members for lifting up prayers for him. His procedure went well yesterday. He up and at 'em.
Good.
You know, hitting the steps already. Had to tell him like we had to tell Ish, sit down.
Right.
Just for a minute. You know, so all praises for that. As well as our sister Stacy Young. Her pops is still recovering. The house of Uriah had some good news from there too. She's got a procedure coming up that the doctors say will definitely improve her current status.
Yes, sir.
So all praises for that as well, y'all. And it helps us to understand Sirach 38th chapter of the power he put into the hands of the physician.
That's right.
A herbalist is different. A herbalist don't have a scalpel in his hand.
That's right.
You have to go to school for that.
That's preventive care.
Yeah. So y'all, that's why it's there, and sometimes it may not be from an Israelite that has that scalpel in his hand.
That's right.
But because the Most High created all individuals, they still know right and wrong.
That's right.
And they know what's at stake if they do something that they shouldn't. And it's something called malpractice. That means you ain't used it correctly like how you were taught.
Exactly.
You can lose all your accessibility to perform that again.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
But then,
Yes, sir.
I had my brother, he passed, but anyway, the doctor told me that he was doing it in the game. He said, doctor buried in the States.
They buried him? Yes, sir. And it'll catch up with him.
They buried in the States.
Yeah.
So they killed him. I mean, you got to have a medical doctor go to their paperwork to prove that they did something wrong.
Well, it's all, like you say, anything they do, there's a consent called a consent form.
That's right.
So if you consent to anything other than trickery, then they'll have to pay a cost. But at cost, sometimes it's at somebody's expense. The police do it a lot, you know, and they'll hide the information with a false police report. So now they're forced to wear body cams, but they'll jump the gun on that and turn it off.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, it's easily found out that people just have to speak up and blow the trumpet. And that will always bring it back to the forefront. But don't think it ain't going unpunished. The Most High is visiting everybody in their dreams of wickedness. And I'm telling you, all you have to do is look at the Boston police. Just Google this. Boston police that was in on the Freddie Gray killing. Read what's happening to each one of them since that happened. Life is upside down. Shalom, Mark.
Shalom, brother.
So y'all, we wanted to be clear. The Most High don't move in our time, and then he does things which we have no control over. He'll visit them in their dreams.
That's right.
When they're sound and unconscious, and he puts that heat on them. See, we don't understand it, but I guarantee you they understand it because they don't want to go back to sleep.
That's why he says, seek not vengeance on your own.
Right.
Vengeance is mine, says the Most High.
Yes, sir.
Because he does things that we could never comprehend or at the
close
time.
to
Right.
what he do.
No.
Right. And then you can't solve the matter like he can. You can't do what he can. You can't jump into nobody's dreams like he can.
He could torture their soul.
Yeah.
He could just do something to their flesh.
That's all you can do. That's why we're not to fear him who can destroy the body, but fear him who can destroy body and soul. And they use the term in hell fire because you'll go directly from hell, which is the grave, into the lake of fire. Because remember, hell and death were cast into the lake of fire. So that's why I say that's who you should fear. Somebody that'll resurrect you and then point to the left. Get that way.
And it'll be
See, to wake up from damnation and then go into everlasting damnation. And what I'm talking about is when he said, if you go house to house and they don't accept the gospel, he says, shake the dust from your feet. I tell you, it's going to be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that house. So what it's saying is, even though that fire and brimstone hit them, that wasn't the final judgment. That was just to cut that wickedness off
Off the earth.
off the earth. Cut it off. But it'll come back, that particular, and you know ain't nothing ever grows there anymore.
Yep.
That brimstone and sulfur.
It's just ash and sulfur. And they say you can pick the sulfur, the balls out and light them, and they still burn with a blue flame
Oh, boy.
to this day.
Yeah, he don't play. So y'all, with that, we're going to get right to today's lesson, the proposed sacrifice of Isaac. What you guys say?
Wanted to keep Todd Shepherd in prayer, and also my daughter that said that she doesn't care about her family anymore and stuff like that.
Just the last day, sis, the love of many is waxing cold. We understand that, but spirits out there are causing people to say such things. The problem is if they hang on to it, because they still know right from wrong. Everybody still knows right from wrong. It's just that they convince themselves that I don't care, because you're not concerned about Judgment Day just yet. So definitely, sister, praying for anybody that mind or these temptations out here got them turned the other way. And Brother Todd Shepherd, who's right now just currently locked down, y'all, whether we bond or free, we have to think about the bond as well, because we got a lot of bond on free cases. You know, and we got some bond that's rightfully should be there, but that don't mean we stop praying for them. We want to make sure if there's an out clause for them and they get out, they have to return to righteousness. Because when they put you in the hole, they come and ask you, are you ready to act right in the rest of the part of the penitentiary? If you don't, they leave you there again.
That's right.
So if not, they say, well, okay, come on back and join everybody else. Still in the penitentiary though. But the punishment ain't as great, because ain't no mattress in there, ain't no lights in there. You eat what they give you. I'm talking about just total darkness. So y'all, with that, the proposed sacrifice of Isaac. And why we're going here is because there's a lot of talk, this last day talk, of people saying the Most High is, requiring people to sacrifice. Well, the deal is we have to truly understand what sacrifice is, because he says, I'd rather have what?
Obedience
over sacrifice.
That's right.
So what he's saying is, if you have to sacrifice for always messing up, that's a problem. That sacrifice is always a problem. But then there's the sacrifice of a sweet Savior that you offer up something because he's been doing for you. He allowed you to have breath in your body that wakes you up every day.
That's right.
What you gonna give back? So the sacrifice don't always have to be an animal. It could be yourself. So there's a fine line between sacrifice. So you still have to be obedient to certain sacrifices. But men want it to seem like it's always something wrong. Yes, there's times when you sacrifice your individual. But we're going to see what it gets down to. What they're trying to compare is, because people sacrifice their children to Molech, that ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. No. That's what he warned you not to do with your children. But we're going to get into it, y'all. We're going to get some good understanding today. The proposed sacrifice of Isaac. And if you will, give me that word proposed, so we can understand what this was, because people are thinking that Isaac was a little baby. 5 years old when he do this, y'all. These are grown adults, able to make their own decisions. Isaac himself could have told his father, not so, Father. The Messiah himself could have told his father, not so. That's why he didn't crucify him when he was a baby.
Right, and the thing
Herod tried to do it, didn't he?
If Isaac was a child, he wouldn't have been able to carry the wood.
Oh, boy, look here. And he carried the wood just like the Messiah carried his wood.
That's right.
We're going to get into it, though, y'all. We're going to get some good understanding today. Too bad we good?
Propose. Put forward an idea or plan for consideration or discussion by others.
You see that? So the Most High proposed something, and then, like I say, it was an idea put forth, but we're going to see what created the idea. The naysayers of the Bibles and the haters of the Most High will try to twist the scriptures and actually have you believing that there's faults in the Bible. Anytime you say contradiction, there's no way you can do line upon line on a contradiction.
No.
Contradiction is two opposing thoughts. They oppose one another. The Bible don't do that. It's one thought process, and it's from the Most High. Now, you may not get all the instruction in this chapter, but you'll get everything in the next chapter. They're still not opposing each other. This is why we say you have to be careful with word etymology versus keeping the law. All words must go back to the law to get good understanding. Because some words can mean something else in another doctrine. That's why when we talk about any version of the Bible, all you have to do is check Exodus 20. I don't care if it's NIV, New American Standard. Go to Exodus 20. If the law changed, throw that book away. Don't get caught up in word etymology and where they're trying to trick you with this word says that. Tell them to go to the law of that same word.
But see, the thing is, man, if you can't go into the scripture thinking you're going to pick and choose what you like in here.
Right.
Because in 2 Timothy 3,
Yep.
16 and 17,
What it say?
it says, all scripture is given by inspiration of Yah and is profitable
Right.
for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instructions in righteousness.
That's all it's for. If it ain't instructing you in righteousness, you don't have to believe it. A contradiction can't do that.
Exactly.
You can't be re-instructed in righteousness. You can't have your thought, well, how I believe it, it's saying.
Right.
It's not your thoughts, and we're going to get there, but y'all know how we get down. Our one and only high priest, after the order of Melchizedek, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, Yahushua HaMashiach, locally known as Jesus the Christ, and he brings forth the law after that order to every male, female, rich and poor, Jew or Gentile. So y'all, we're going to start this. We're going to get right to it so we get some understanding and we don't have to worry about what nobody else say. Either you a believer or you're not. Ain't no middle ground. All scripture is given for inspiration.
That's right.
So if you're saying the devil got inspiration in there in the Bible, that's a problem then. And then the devil should be off of death row. But he ain't, is he?
No.
So y'all, we're going to get right to it with the thoughts of the Most High. Isaiah 55, we're going to go 1 through 9. We're going to pick up this Ezekiel so we can get some understanding and we can move this trickery out of the way. What's up, RD?
Shabbat shalom, man.
Shabbat shalom, bro.
All right, family. We're going to be reading in the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, and we're going to start the reading in verse 1.
Got the fan going directly. Huh?
But the other ones ain't out.
Yeah, they look like they want to go.
Oh, they want to go. They want to go, but they ain't going. Gotta have it all burned.
That's why I asked when you flash it. You need air from 2 ways.
Like, quit saying that lie. Yes, sir. Let's get it, y'all. Isaiah 55.
Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Ho, everyone that thirsteth.
Everyone that do what?
That thirsteth. Come ye to the water.
Where you coming to?
To the water.
The living water. Go ahead.
And he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yeah, come. Buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Where you going to get that at? What store will allow you to walk in that so we know it's spiritual? Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread? And your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good. And let your soul delight itself in fatness.
What you gonna let delight itself?
In fatness.
What is it that you gonna delight?
Your soul.
See, not your flesh.
Right.
But your soul must be delighted.
Not your spirit.
Your soul, y'all. So we want to get a clear understanding that why would you buy or you go buy books that says things against the Bible, but yet you try to use the Bible to defend a book that breaks laws.
Exactly.
That have laws that are contrary to the Bible. It's not of the Bible. If the Bible tells you something and you read another book, why you buying bread that don't satisfy and then you acknowledge, well, I don't do that unsatisfaction portion. Then why you buy the book? Would you go buy some shoes? One was 7 and the other one was 8.5? in the same box,
And you were a 10.
and you were a teacher. Yes, sir.
I got a
Go ahead,
I got
bro.
a second.
Go ahead.
verse to
What's that,
verse
Zaya?
2. Psalms 22, verse 26.
Yeah.
The meek shall eat and be satisfied.
What shall they be?
They shall be satisfied.
Right.
They shall praise the Most High that seek him. They shall praise the Most High that seek him. Your heart shall live forever.
See that? See, y'all, but you have to seek him in righteousness.
Right.
You're not going to get no righteousness trying to condemn the Bible. And understand what Paul was saying. You can't call Christ a curse and then expect the Holy Spirit to come upon you. It's impossible.
That's crazy.
He's the embodiment of the Holy Spirit. And you're going to curse him out and then read another book and say you got the Spirit. You ain't got the Spirit of Messiah.
Man.
And you sure don't have the Spirit of his Father. You have the fruits of unrighteousness. You working, sowing iniquity.
Yes, sir.
So let's get to it. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 3.
Yeah?
Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. Behold, I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and commander to the people. Behold, thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nations that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of the Most High thy Elohim, and for the Holy One of Yisrael, for he hath glorified thee. Seek ye the Most High while he may be found.
You can't find him in the grave. Ain't no reason to look for him in the grave.
No.
Ain't no worship in the grave. Go ahead, bro.
Seek ye the Most High while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way.
Let the wicked do what?
Forsake his way. And the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Most High. And he will have mercy upon him. And to our Elohim, for he will abundantly pardon.
So with this, nobody, contrary to beliefs, when you hear that doctrine talking about certain nations were created to be wicked, then you have to start with the first wicked one, Satan. Was he created to be wicked? Because every thought process comes from him. Ain't no head above the serpent. So you have to get out of your mind when you hear certain individuals say God created somebody to be wicked. It ain't no such scripture in the Bible.
Right.
Before the flood, he said it grieved him that he had to put his creation down. Just like your parents, boy, I don't want to have to do this.
But I'm finna do it.
But I'm finna do it. I have to straighten you out. And when you get older, then you realize, you say, I sure really thank them for what they did. I truly understand that now, that they put that heat on me.
But I didn't understand when you were talking about this gonna hurt me more than this gonna hurt
You
you.
know that, yeah, right. But technically it does, because if they have to come up to the school.
When you had to do it to yours,
Look, what
you
they
understood exactly
Right.
what it meant.
I know it.
See, when they say hurt me before more than it hurt you, is because they have to correct you. So it did hurt when they get that call. What? He doing what? He put what in the teacher's seat? Tax. And then he put some fart oil in his seat.
You gotta nip that in the bud.
Slow, yes, sir.
But the pain for the parent is the fact that they did everything in their power to teach you correctly.
Right.
And you still went outside and defamed their name.
Because what's the first thing they ask you, Elijah? Who raised you?
Yeah.
Then who that fall back on?
So who's your mom and who's your dad?
Yeah.
Mom's prayed hard, but you just won't do better.
Right. Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
For my thoughts are not your thoughts. Neither are your ways my ways, saith the Most High. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts.
So right here we get an understanding that the Most High said your thoughts. He don't care what you think the Bible is saying.
Right.
He's saying, I gave it. I don't need you to think for me. If you thought for me, then y'all don't need me.
That's right.
Now, here's times that where You have to work out your own salvation, but there's still a set of rules to help you with that if you're on your own. If your parents die and you don't have anybody to raise you, that didn't kill the laws because they died. The laws are still there. Right. But he said, as the earth is higher than, did you read that yet?
Yeah.
Verse 9. So that's the difference in our thought process to the Most High. He wants you to understand your thoughts are on earth. Right. You will never come up to this level of thought process unless you do what I tell you to do. Right. Your thoughts are not going to get you there. Your thoughts are going to get you in trouble. You can't even deal with the thoughts of this nation. Tell this nation, somebody lesser with power, that you're going to keep running stop signs or go keep robbing a bank. What they going to do for you? They going to let you know your thoughts are not even their thoughts. Because our thoughts say keep running and see what we do for you. For one, we're going to fix you where you can't drive no more. And then if you drive after we fix you, then we're going to put some more heat on you.
Yeah, that wasn't enough.
And you can't tell them how they going to tell me I have to wear a seatbelt. Just keep riding without it in front of them. Sooner or later, you'll get the message. Let's read some more. No, we finished that.
But me and my wife was talking about that. There's so much lawlessness in what everybody doing.
Yeah.
Stuff we would never do. These youngsters don't give a damn. They don't care about it at all.
You right, because it was the elders that's got to throw it out of Israel.
But it's like we was talking about on the prayer call. It's them same spirits that was tripping back in the day. They tripping again now. Right. They turned up now just like they was then. And people falling for it.
And what caused that for our elders, not to cut you off here, what caused that for our elders were listening to the children. Yeah. Just like the script say, it say, children will be our oppressors. Yes, sir. And women will rule over us.
So now you have a generation of emotional youngsters and older men.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
It ain't just the youngsters.
Some of you,
but a lot of the older elders are being influenced by this younger generation.
Yes, sir.
Like doting, old men that doted.
Right. Right. How you up in a club tomorrow? Come here. Is you a skeezer? You don't know the language. Yeah. You want a Pepsi? I got some in my trunk of the car. You in the club. Yeah. You out of your league. What are you doing in here?
Pepsi?
Look, a cold Pepsi. It's a cooler in there.
I heard tell another girl say, I'm all sick of the old man smelling like pee and mothballs.
Boy, look here. Up in the club, that's your cologne. Pee and mothballs.
Where did you hear this saying that?
Boy, in the club, probably. Look here.
No.
Let's get it, y'all. Ezekiel 18, y'all, so we're going to get more to the righteousness of the Most High when he separates his thoughts from our thoughts, y'all. And he says, I'm not the author of confusion. If you say contradiction, then that means confusion. Right. Because contradiction means two opposing views and thoughts of a matter.
Right, and you trying to
it's like oil and water.
Yeah, it's not going to mix, man.
Y'all read all of that Ezekiel. We're going to pick it up at verse 23. Yes, sir.
We're going to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18. And then we're going to start the reading in verse 23.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody gets in. All right, family. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 18 and verse 23. Let's get some understanding, family.
That's good.
Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die?
That's a question. See, if you say he created somebody evil, then they have to die, and then the Lord would have pleasure in killing it, like you have a baby and you just throw him away.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Let me read the second witness to it. This is Ezekiel 33, verse 11. Say unto them, as I live, says the Most High Yah, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from all your evil ways, for why will you die?
See, and that's talking to every nation on earth. Not the rest of the nations. This ain't excluding Israel. If it did, Israel wouldn't be here suffering, would they?
That's right.
So every nation must abide by his laws.
Zed, what was that?
Because he going to judge
33
every
and 11.
nation.
Who?
33 and 11.
33 and 11.
Put the Wisdom of Solomon 1:13 and Wisdom of Solomon 11:24 with that.
Yes, sir.
113.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 113.
Okay.
Go ahead, bro.
23 from the top.
Yeah.
Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die? Saith the Most High Yah, and not that he should return from his ways and live?
See, that means to repent, turn from your wicked ways,
Exactly.
and live and start doing. So that means that you have to know righteousness to turn from wickedness.
Exactly.
And you can't guess at it.
Yeah.
Well, how you gonna tell me? How you gonna judge me? It ain't got nothing to do with me judging you. It's what you're doing, what the Most High wants you to do.
Right.
That's the question. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness, and committeth iniquity, and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live?
Can you give him a pass? But he a good dude, man.
He cool though, man.
He cool though, man. Go ahead.
All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned. In his trespass that he hath trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, in them shall he die.
In them shall he die. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, he cool, ain't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yet ye say, the way of the Most High is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal?
Your ways are unequal because you have respect to persons.
Exactly.
You'll let somebody, because they claim they some great one, sin.
Right.
And you'll accept it. Well, man, he the high priest, man,
Right.
of what? Sinning?
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 26. When a righteous man turneth away from his righteousness, and committeth iniquity, and dieth in them, for his iniquity that he hath done shall he die. Again, when the wicked man turneth away from his wickedness that he hath committed, and doeth that which is lawful and right.
What is he doing?
That which is lawful and right. He shall save his soul alive.
See, it gonna keep coming down to what's lawful and right. Y'all understand that? It's going to keep coming back to the law because that's your measuring stick. Then you will never have to tell somebody, how can you judge me?
Right.
The only way you would let that come out of your mouth is you don't understand the law. You would at least have to explain why I'm in this position. Lawfully, how do I get out of it? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 29.
Yeah.
Yet saith the house of Israel.
Yet saith who?
The house of Israel. The way of the Most High is not equal.
So was Israel created to keep saying this? Because he ain't said no other nation said it. Who keeps saying this? Israel. Go ahead.
O house of Israel, are not my ways equal? Are not your ways unequal? Therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel, every one according to his ways, saith the Most High Yah. Repent.
Do what?
Repent. And turn yourselves from all your transgressions. So iniquity shall not be with your, or shall not be your ruin. Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit. For why will ye die,
Why will ye
O
die?
house of Israel?
Why will you die, O house of Israel? Go ahead.
For I have no pleasure in the death of him that dieth, saith the Most High Yah. Wherefore, turn yourselves and live ye.
See, that's what you have to do, but you need the law to correct you. Like Paul ain't never said the law was done away with. He said, how would I know what lust was except the law?
So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways.
See, so what it's saying, even though you see the grass come up, when the heat hit it, it perished. You understand what I'm saying? So is this man that switches his game. You good too, by the way you looking?
Yeah, it popped back on. I lost signal for a minute.
Yeah, I'm buffering.
She'll be back up.
the internet rolling like this.
Is it looking good over there? Good,
Yeah, it's back on. No, it's buffering.
I'm moving now.
Yeah, it's back on. It's moving now.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life,
Yes, sir.
which the Most High has promised to them that love him.
So we got a question here. When you saying the Most High tempt with evil, how you Most High and his thought process so we don't think our own thoughts? And then we'll get into the sacrifice of Isaac. Once we know his law and his understanding, none should take us off course. Shalom, Imam.
Shalom, guys. Shabbat shalom.
Who got it?
Proverbs chapter 25, verse 2.
Verse 1 and 2, yeah.
Verse 1 and 2. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 1. These are also the Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied out. It is the glory of Yahweh to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter.
So just because it says it's the Most High that he'll conceal a thing, that don't mean you can't find it out. He says, but you have to search it out. Certain things he just wants you to figure it out.
Yeah.
He says it's in my word. All you have to do is just keep studying it. Exactly. And you're going to study to show thyself approved. You can't give up. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So it's saying to search it out. If you call yourself a king, then you need to search the matter out in this book. Not go to another. All the answers you need is Genesis to Revelation, because he said, be ye not deceived. Is deception in there, then the Most High is contradicting himself.
Exactly.
It don't make sense, y'all. Don't go for the okie doke. Don't go for any mind games or tricks. You good too? By anybody else saying they buffering? Y'all good?
Yeah, we straight, but just two people having issues.
Do you got two things on there, too, by?
Yeah.
Take that other thing off, too, by. For right now. That should clear it up, because it may be trying to run it both ways. So, mister, how you doing? Okay. We'll see how they go after that, because we good here. I mean, you getting good, strong signal, too, by?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Okay.
I ain't lost signal this time. I did lose twice, but I've been straight for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Let's get it where we at. Y'all read the rest of that and you'll see he's saying the same thing Solomon is Isaiah 55, 8 and 9. He'll let you know the Most High thoughts are not your personal thoughts. You will never think for the Most High. You will never outthink the Most High. Hell, you can't even outthink the devil. How you gonna trick the trickster? How you gonna hustle the hustler? How you gonna out-pimp the pimp? That's what pimp is, P-I-M-P. Put it in my pocket. You ain't gonna take nothing of the devil's and put it in your pocket and you using trickery, because in the end, he's still tricking you. He tricked a third of the angels. Who are you down here and you double-minded? You bipolar.
Right. You don't know which way you going.
Boy, look here. Go ahead, Leviticus, y'all. We're gonna get to the law of sacrifice, this lesson, the proposed sacrifice of Isaac, because it was brought forth by a conversation between Isaac and Ishmael. So we're going to get right to it to get some understanding. Everybody still buffering? Y'all good?
Yeah,
Telling everybody to reboot their devices.
Okay.
Reboot their devices should be okay.
Mine ain't doing it
I ain't
no
saying
more.
nothing here.
Mine ain't doing it no more. Mine just playing.
There's a few selected people in the chat.
We'll just have them reboot their device. They may be caught up in that last stream.
Exactly. That's all it was.
Let's get it.
Leviticus what?
Leviticus 18:21, y'all. We're going to go to the law and we're going to get some understanding on sacrifice and the many different sacrifices, there's many different versions of baptism. If you think water baptism is the only form of baptism, you misled. There's baptism on the land, on hands. That was a baptism. We got baptized through the Red Sea. Did anybody get wet going through the Red Sea?
No.
We're all baptized into one spirit. How do you do that? So we're not saying we're taking anything from water baptism, but that's not the only form of baptism, because Paul only baptized 2 people. The Messiah never baptized anyone by water.
But the thing is we keep forgetting why John the Baptist says, my version must decrease,
yeah,
your version must increase.
Right.
Is that what decrease means?
And that's why the Messiah never water baptized anyone.
You'll find that a lot of it is linked to man worship and I want to be seen of men.
Yes, sir.
Will you don't we please?
Yeah, so people can see, okay, I'm supposed to be a changed man, but people can't see your heart.
You can still
You
be
see what I'm
wet
saying?
sinner.
So a lot of people want to do things under the order of Aaron,
yeah,
because it's a fleshly command.
Yeah.
I can show you my work. I can show you what I'm about,
yeah,
through the flesh. Whereas the order of Melchizedek is a conscious,
yeah,
law that can't be seen. It's through your actions. See, you can make your mouth say whatever.
What you can make your mouth do,
but see, your actions is going to speak a whole different language if it's not in line with Messiah. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people will rely upon these physical things,
yeah,
so that they can prove to their fellow brethren, I'm walking a righteous life.
Yeah.
I'm a changed man.
Oh, yeah.
I believe in the Most High.
Right.
No, but your actions speak of something totally different.
Yes, sir.
Just like the people in the church houses say they saved, but you can find that they're the most hateful people on earth. Mm-hmm. The most prejudgmental about things that they don't know. And they say, you judging me. Well, where do you get that word judgment? From. It has to come attached to a law. If you saying the law is done away with, how can I be judging you?
Off of what law, license?
Off of what law?
Man's law?
Right. So we have to be very careful about being so anxious to want to do a water baptism. Not to say it's no good, but be very careful why you're doing it. Is it to be seen of men, to show my brother, look, I got baptized. I'm changing my way. Well, you ain't got to go through a water submersion to change your way.
Sure don't.
Change your heart and your actions. Believe in Christ and show us how you walked in.
Yeah.
Right.
What you got to say?
I was in the front of a Sunday worshiping church this morning, witnessing to this guy that don't go to church, but he goes to church when they had a pantry and stuff. Anyway,
Benefit believer.
Witnessing on the front of this Sunday keeping church that was giving out free clothes this morning, and the minister was real nice and sweet until the guy showed up, and I was witnessing to him, the other guy that I knew, a long time, about the things and not appropriate to worship on Sunday. And then that's when the pastor came out and made a remark to me about me can't stand in the front of the church talking about this, that, and other. I said, excuse me, sir, I was talking to him.
Well, you ain't giving him no money, so you
right.
say you ain't giving him no money, so you messing up my business.
And see, but this is what we have, because outside is public property.
Right.
The sidewalk belongs to the public, not to the preacher. But the main thing we have to be careful of when we say Sunday worship, you can worship on Sunday, because the first thing they're going to do is go Acts 20:5 on you that Paul did things on the first day of the week, which is Sunday. You just can't call Sunday the Sabbath day. You can worship on Sunday.
That's right.
Because if we stop worshiping on Sunday, we got to stop on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday up to sundown. We still have to stop those days too. So that's all I'm saying, sis.
That wasn't really what
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying we have to make sure that we express that, just in case we got charlatans out there. We got people leaning on every word, and they'll say, well, see, they let their sister say that, and that wasn't right. So sis, we're just saying it we're not never telling you to stop what you're doing. We're just saying, like Apollos and Priscilla and Aquila took Apollos to the side and showed him a more excellent way. That's all we doing. Sis, your way is perfect with what you're doing. But we just saying we're going to tighten you up right here in case that question comes up again so it don't stop you. Because the next question we're going to be asked is, so you saying I can't worship God on Sunday? That will be a problem on how you answer after that. No, that's all we saying, but you're good.
My opinion. I said,
no, we can't do opinions. So we can't do opinions.
Yeah. Let him know I was talking to him.
Absolutely. We understand. That's cool. That's what we understand that, sis. But if you're even telling that individual about Sunday worship, you have to say Sunday worship, calling it the Sabbath. That's wrong, young man. Because look, we got some Sabbath worship people that go on Saturday called the Seventh-day Adventists. They go on the Sabbath day, but they don't follow the laws. They follow the commandments of men. Jack Parham? Yeah. So he created that in the late 1800s. So y'all, we want to be tight in our game, sis. So don't never ever think we are, it's a instruction in righteousness. We just want to add this to your repertoire when you hit it again. Right. So no hole in your armor. You understand what I'm saying, sis? Do what you do, sis. Handle that evangelist work. Because to hit them streets like that and hit what you do, it ain't a lot of people do that, sis. It ain't a lot of people get up every day of their life and put that in. So we got to have your game tight so that the wolves are still out there. And they going to come at you. And we cannot send you out there unarmed because then we're a hireling. Right. We don't care what happened to you. We care what happens to you, because what happens to you will happen to us if you sitting in here. You understand what I'm saying? Right. But do your work, sis. Handle your business.
We one body here.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro. Where we at, Leviticus 18, y'all. And we're going to get into some understanding about multiple sacrifices. We talk about multiple ways of baptism. There's multiple sacrifices. Most of our sacrifices is because we break the law. Is because we keep doing wrong and something has to die for our bad behavior. Right. When are we going to get to the point that where we correct our bad behavior before something else have to die for us? That's that sacrifice. And then we have sacrifices like Abel made. That's a sweet savior to the Most High. Ain't no sin been done. He said, I want to offer this to you so you can smell it. He smelled it. He said, I like that. You offered that. So there's righteous sacrifice. Noah sacrificed as soon as he came off the ark. Yeah. Ain't no sin. It's only 8 people. Ain't no sin. What is he sacrificing for then? For the salvation. Right. Like we had to sacrifice when we came out of Egypt. Meet me at Mount Sinai for the sacrifice for coming out of Egypt. Y'all saved. It was for a sweet savor. But Moses wasn't up there 2 hours. For we was dancing with Molech again. Right. He had to break the commandments. Freaknik at the bottom of the mount. Moses say they hollering your name. He's like, no, my way's higher than that. They ain't hollering my name. They hollering for Molech's name. Molech is who they dancing for. Because even when you watch the 10 Commandments, you'll see one Israelite, he had a woman under each arm, and then he go behind some bushes, and them bushes shaking violently. I don't think they was looking for Easter eggs back there. Let's get some more, y'all. Where you at?
Leviticus 18, you say 21.
Yeah, we'll start about 21. Y'all always read verse 1 of any chapter. It's going to always be the subject matter, and then it gets into the lesson. So we're going to pick it up at 21.
Leviticus 18, 21.
What it say?
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy Elohim. I am thy master. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination.
It is a what?
Abomination.
So it's a spiritual felony if that happens. See, we got misdemeanor law breaking that offers turtle doves, and then we have felony, death penalty sentences. When he called it an abomination, he's saying at this point, you better get on your knees immediately. Throw dust on your head. Do something like the city of Nineveh did.
Yeah.
It said, the Lord coming here to wipe Nineveh off the map. The king said, is he? He said, see that storm coming? He put the animals in sackcloth. And the Lord passed over them. He like, everybody get in sackcloth.
Yeah.
You raise them, put the fish in sackcloth if you got them in a goldfish bowl. Put them in sackcloth. But hard-headed Jonah wouldn't even listen, really.
No.
He had to break Jonah down. Jonah, like, you knew you was going to forgive him. He said, I didn't know till they obeyed. He knew, but he knew what they was going to do. I sent you to go do the work for him.
Instructions.
You supposed to obey me. Go tell them. It ain't got nothing to do with what I know they going to do. Do what I tell you to do. Let's get some more, y'all. Shalom. There he is. I tell you, boy, look at that.
Verse 23.
Hold on, wait till Thomas remove that headgear. Shalom, Levi. How you doing, bro?
You all right?
You all right, too? Okay.
Don't look like you've been working out.
Yeah. We're going to have to call you Frankenstein, Levi. Levi Frankenstein. Sure walking stiff, ain't it?
We were walking.
But look here, he can move fast, though. Just like in the monster movies, you take off in a car and he beat you to the stop sign.
That lets you know it's a spirit, though.
Yes, sir.
For real.
That you can't outrun.
You can't outrun it.
Hey, Thomas, come on, bro. We waiting on you to remove your headgear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
It was a bad hair day, man.
Yes, sir.
Look like you lost your hair.
Yes, sir. Look like you grabbed the wrong jug. It was Nair instead of Murphy's or Murray's. What is it called? Yeah. Let's get it, y'all.
Verse 24. 23.
Yeah.
Neither shall thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion.
Now that's what's confusion.
Right.
Because the beast goes by instinct. He don't know what to do. Because a beast will hunch on a fire hydrant. What are you doing standing in front of it wiggling?
Right.
It don't know, it has no response, but that beast has to die for that.
Yeah.
If it jumps at a woman.
Yeah.
So y'all, these are abominations, and what we wanted to get to was just a part of passing a son through the fire of Molech. So the Most High ain't saying that he don't offer those type of sacrifices. He's just saying you just can't do it for another God. I created that God. How you gonna offer something to something lesser than me?
Second witness to that is Leviticus 19 and 12.
What it say?
And ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Most High.
And his name is his laws and commandments. So if his laws say you can't sacrifice to Molech, the words out of your mouth can't be next saying, well, he asked Abraham to sacrifice. Who laws are those that he said that on? Right. Molech or the Most High? Which one are you talking about? Are you trying to justify the sacrifices to Molech? You understand what I'm saying? That's what you're trying to do, is justify your wickedness, and then you say, oh, the Lord's way unequal. No, your ways are unequal, because when you got in this, you knew what the laws was. It's like somebody quit and get tired.
Right.
The Messiah been crucified over 2,000 years ago, and we just getting the Bible. I said, how you tired already? It was 2,000 years when you picked it up. How you get tired in a few short years? Let's get some more.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. Leviticus 27, y'all. And we're going to jump through this because there's something very important in here that they'll one-line you instead of informing you of what this law is about. They just search the scripture. Like any of us can Google certain scripture, but you have to read them according to the law. You have to bag up if it says something that don't sound right. Like Peter on the rooftop. Peter kill and eat with those 3 unclean beasts. Peter said, wait a minute. Not so, my Lord, for nothing unclean has entered my mouth. And this is after the Messiah had ascended. We're in the book of Acts now. He said nothing unclean. And while Peter doubted on the vision, It was explained to him. But if we had read beforehand, Peter, if he knew Cornelius was coming, he would have never had that doubt. The Most High puts certain things in the way so you get a clear understanding and work out your salvation. And we're going to get to a couple of those that where he say, I'll turn you over to a reprobate mind. You won't straighten up, I'll let you have the mindset that you like.
I'll give you what you want.
I give you what you want. Let's get Leviticus 27. We're going to start at verse 1. And y'all understand the difference too when the Most High is talking about vows and sacrifice. There are different types of sacrifices. This is one concerning a vow. Don't let them mix you up. You understand what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
Like when you get into Leviticus 23, when they're talking about the feast days, and they say, after this feast day on the 15th day of the month, you should have a Sabbath. If that happens to be on a Wednesday, you can't. It's not saying that changes it to the weekly Sabbath. It's just saying, look at it as a Sabbath. Look at it, just whatever you do on the seventh day, do that the day after this feast day so you can rest. You must rest after a feast day. Do y'all know what it takes to put on a feast day? And enjoying yourself and drinking good wine and having a good time and laughing.
It's a lot of work.
And then you have to get up in the morning.
That's a lot of work.
The day of atonement. It says take the next day as a Sabbath. You can't then go to work, ain't had no food or drink, and you working. Just say you working out here on the highway for the city. In that sun and heat, and you ain't had nothing to eat or drink all day. What's going to happen out there when you deplete all that? Cramping, and then what they going to blame it on the Most High? His ways are unequal. He sent him out there to work like that, and the boy died on his job because he didn't want to be an infidel. He broke the law. And what I mean by that is, if you used to plan for Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween, you sure can plan for the feast days. The problem is we won't learn what we supposed to celebrate. So we say stop doing that, but then what are you supposed to be doing?
Right.
Let's get it, y'all. What we had? We had Leviticus 27, and where you at? Let's get it.
And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when a man shall make a singular vow.
What kind of vow, Elisha?
A singular vow. The persons shall be for the Most High by thy estimation. And thy estimation shall be of the male from 20 years old, even unto 60 years old. Even thy estimation shall be 50 shekels of silver, and after the shekel of the sanctuary. So it's saying if you make a personal vow, this is the range for it. But this is a personal vow to the Lord. It's like Jacob did in Genesis, is it 30 or 28, when he said, if you will be my God, if you will be with me wherever I go. That was an individual. He said, I swear I will give you 1/10 of everything I own. My sons, my daughters, my sheep, my cattle. I swear that was an independent vow. So you have to start. The Most High say, I don't want to hear that fat mouth talking. It have to start with 50 shekels. So now we need to Google on your own time 50 shekels in today's money. And then you will understand this. If you read the next verse and don't know what the shekel amount is, then you're going to lose sight on it. Go ahead. And if it be a female.
If it be a who?
Female. Then thy estimation shall be 30 shekels.
Half of that. Go ahead.
And if it be from 5 years old, even unto 20 years old, then thy estimation shall be of the male 20 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. And if it be from a month old, even unto 5 years old, then thy estimation shall be of the male 5 shekels of silver, and for the female thy estimation shall be 3 shekels of silver. Now this don't mean a 1-month-old baby is offering up 50 shekels. They don't even know what that is. Hell, it ain't even off of breast milk yet. What it's talking about is your household. If you offer that son that 1 month old, you got to bring this much for that. You know, if it's this age, if it's a female, then this is what happens, y'all. Go ahead. What else is saying? Tuba, why are you looking like that? Oh, okay. Go ahead. And if it be from 60 years old and above, if it be a male, then thy estimation shall be 15 shekels, and for the female 10 shekels. But if he be poorer than thy estimation, then he shall present himself before the priest, and the priest shall value him. According to his ability, that vow shall the priest value him.
See, you can't go and vow to the Most High something that is above your means. You understand what I'm saying? It's like being a co-signer for somebody that want a Porsche and you driving a Pinto. That's above your means. So that's when the priest would value what it's saying. They're like, bro, that's too much for you. You too poor to offer what you're trying to offer. Right. It's like what the church is doing to people. You must tithe. And the widow that put in 2 mites, it says she put in more than they did all, because that was the value for her being poor. I got 2 pennies, and it said everybody else was throwing in hundreds. Making it rain up in the temple with money. And he said she's put in more than all of them combined.
But see, that's that same pressure that these modern day churches
put on people
about.
Yes, sir.
To come out of their pocket with what they ain't got. Like you said, they was putting up bad checks on a bad checkboard at the church.
At down there at Lively Stone on Sarah and where's that like Sarah and
St. Louis Avenue.
St. Louis Avenue. They had what's called a bounce checkboard. He pressure you into writing. Somebody in here. And if you didn't have your checkbook with you, you wouldn't have brought it here. So you know what you need to do. I'm starting at $1,000. And you think, damn, my checkbook in my purse. My checkbook in my back pocket. And you just start writing and know you can't afford that. Hell, you got the red letter from electric and gas saying we cutting off Monday. And you throw in $1,000 check. You're too poor for that. And they extort you for that. Y'all, this is what we're talking about. This is what the scripture, that's why I keep saying poor. And notice, poor is not you don't have any money, because it wouldn't be asking for no shekels, Elijah.
That's right.
Poor is an economic status.
Exactly.
Poor, middle class, rich. Beggar is a whole different status. Beggar is, I'm going to be poor forever because I won't go do what it'll take to even get into the poor status.
No, it ain't even poor. It ain't even counted to be a life. So you don't have a status as a beggar. There is no status. You ain't even got a foundation.
Boy, look here.
I got a second witness to that. Leviticus chapter 14, verse 21. And if he be poor and cannot get so much, then he shall take 1 lamb for a trespass offering to be waived, to make an atonement for him, and 1/10 deal of fine flour mingled with oil for meat offering, and a log of oil.
So, and that was for whatever that sacrifice was. So it always, y'all, it always makes sure that you're able to keep the command. It don't put your arm behind your back. When people say, man, I'm supposed to pay my tithe, what you supposed to do about your household? The Most High said, we good up here, Emo. The Most High said, keep the law, and that's tithing enough. See, but because we've been made shame of the law, and saying you can't judge me, that makes people shame of the law. But the Most High said there's 3 things that I love. Real quick, Ariel, if you will, give me that Sirach 42, 1 and 2. And y'all, I want y'all to understand what the law is. Just keeping the law is sacrifice enough. And what I mean by that, that don't mean you don't have to contribute. What it means is it'll explain to you how to contribute in your low estate. You can't contribute like a rich man.
You try it if you want to, it ain't gonna work out.
Right. And then who you gonna blame after that? Look, Juanita Bynum, y'all could go out there and see it. She walked in her church and said, today the Lord told me we need $20,000. No, you need $20,000. And if you didn't come here today, so it was meant for you here today. Now dig in them pockets. Never told them what it was for. Now I want you to mind you, she's sitting on millions. But probably a friend of hers told her, I need 20,000. Don't worry about it, I get it from the church members. Right. And here you can see people starting to pull out money. Yes, sir, that's all she would have got there, that quarter. Yes, sir. But that would have been it. But she forced them into $1,000 gift with guilt. and conscience with guile out of her mouth. Never ever told them, just did smooth talking and then went into tongue talking.
Not the tongue talking.
Boy, look here. They have to do it. They know that then makes you think God is dealing with me. It must be God that told them that.
Then
well, God edifies.
What did it say?
What?
What did they say?
What they said was suckers. I mean saints. Give up 1,000. What you got back there? LC. What happened? What you say, LC?
Yeah. Yeah.
You gone, Dre?
Yeah.
Holler at you, bro.
That spirit to make it do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. What it does is it ties your hand behind your back and it makes the law grievous. And he said the law is not grievous, didn't it?
You said it right, boy.
I did it on purpose, bro. Right. See, bro said we be saying grievous. It's not. It's just grievous.
There's no E in it.
Right. So it makes the law grievous, you know, and that what that mean is, and that's why people walk away from the law. And then the next words out of their mouth, can't nobody keep the law. And then if you ask them which one,
Right.
and watch it just stop right there. Tell me what you can't keep. Go ahead, Tom.
So Nelly can say here when we can't say grievous.
Right. Her.
Said it right.
Her. Yeah. What you got back there, Thomas?
Sirach chapter 35, verse 1 and verse 2.
That's where
Uh-huh.
he was going there, brother.
No, we're going to 42. But 35 is where we want. Go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
that's one.
Yeah. What you got, Thomas?
He that keepeth the law bring offering enough.
What did he do?
He that keepeth the law bring offerings enough.
Uh-huh.
He that taketh heed to the commandment offereth a peace offering. Verse 2, he that requiteth a good turn offereth fine flour, and he that giveth alms sacrifices praise.
Y'all see that? So this is what it's talking about, y'all. If you keep the law gonna always tell you how to give. It's not gonna make you give more than you can afford. Even the business in the law, you had 3 years to run a business. If it didn't produce fruit, you got 3 years to fail, so to speak. If it didn't produce nothing after 3 years, you got to find another line of business.
Right.
It's not fruitful. You're going to starve. Y'all understand that? That ain't hard, is it? The government do that. They even give you 3 years for a successful business.
Yep.
They let you write off failure for 3 years. After the 4th year, they say, now wait a minute. That Jerry Curl and chicken shop ain't working. Something you doing wrong. Either you use all out that car to cook chicken. Something's going on. You ain't got no sales. And it's been for 3 years.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to get another LLC.
But boy, look here, you going to have to do. Yeah, then you go get another LLC. Yeah, but the bottom line is to the victor go to spoils. You got to pay taxes. Christ told us what Caesar asking for. He said he want us to pay
taxes. Run
taxes.
that game all you want to.
Who name on the money? Who picture on the money? Give him what he want, and let us keep moving. Give Caesar Caesar, but let us keep moving. You're going to be taxed. Solomon taxed all the other nations, but it was taxed in righteousness.
Yeah.
It was taxed in right, y'all. And what that means is he didn't exact from them more than that was required. Because things have to run, y'all. If you don't pay taxes, y'all, everything falls apart. And what I mean by that, if you don't contribute to your neighborhood, ain't gonna be no trash pickup, is it license?
They talking about defund the police.
Boy, you defund the police. Look, let's defund the bad police. Let's defund y'all keeping them on the force. Let's defund that. But y'all think about downtown St. Louis right now. Downtown St. Louis right now without the police. Hell, we fussing about it. Ain't enough of them down there. Right. How about zero right now in Israel? This youth gone crazy.
Ain't none of it gonna be worth nothing come Monday morning.
And think about this too. They know where the law line lies because they won't take none of that behavior out to Chesterfield.
No.
They won't throw a bag out their car out the window, out in Ledoux, and drive off. Won't throw a Burger King soda out there and let it spill and just drive on out. What you looking at? No, they won't. So there's still within that conscience a level of right and wrong wherever you're at.
Right.
You know where you at.
Yeah.
And not even if these Negroes say you can rape a woman and walk. You know all that. Well, when you go to the penitentiary, you have a war with the Ku Klux Klan, and if you win or you allowed to rape them,
oh man,
Or you allowed for that in there. You at war
Yeah.
with them gangs in there. Like, so you're allowed to rape them if you're victorious?
But what if you ain't victorious?
Oh, boy, look here.
Right.
Well, they got you there.
You get AIDS and HIV.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. See, but y'all, that what we're talking about is word etymology. Allow that by taking you through different words of what the word force means.
Right.
So they take that and dictate the law. No, the law dictates force. The law dictates force. Not force dictate the law. Be careful out there, Israel. There's agents of chaos. They're paid by the government to create chaos. That's their mission. And they're rewarded handsomely for it.
That's just like with all the rioting. The government had people down there busting windows and looting and
Yes, sir.
getting the crowd riled
Getting them
up.
riled up.
Yeah, man.
Hey, they did.
Yeah.
Let's get it, y'all. Where we at on this? Did you hit that Sirach?
No, that's
I think
not.
it's
42.
Yeah, 42 Sirach and 1 and 2. What it say?
The book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, chapter 42 and verse 1.
What it say?
Of these things be not thou ashamed.
Be not ashamed, y'all. Understand this. If somebody make you ashamed that the Most High asked Abraham to sacrifice his son, why you shame?
Right.
What are you shame about? How did you forget he was 99 years old before he was able to produce seed?
Come on now.
What you shame about? How you looking at the back end and ain't looking at the front end? Go ahead, bro.
And accept no person to sin thereby. Of the law of the Most High and his covenant.
See, can't be ashamed of the law of the Most High and his covenant. Go ahead.
And of judgment to justify the ungodly.
See, or he said you can't be ashamed if the Most High use his law to straighten out the ungodly. You can't be mad at that. This would lead men to say Sodom and Gomorrah was designed to be destroyed. Then how can you pray for them? You understand?
Right, they did what they were supposed to do.
And what was Lot there for? And why would he even preach to him?
Right.
It don't make sense, y'all. So this is why,
waste no energy for that.
boy, this is why the scripture is so clear about it. You can't be shamed because he would straighten out a nation. What you want to do, see them die? Right. Well, what happens when you do the same thing they doing?
Same good.
And that's what we did.
He said once you see his wrath on your enemies, do you not feel sorry for them? You feel sorry for them? They's gonna kill you.
Right. Well, look, he says, I'll take care of it. He said, don't worry about it. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. But look, it's called perfect hatred. You must have perfect hatred so you don't fall into what's called player hate. And that's what they do when they say he created nations to be destroyed, when he constantly say, I didn't create nothing like that.
Right.
He said, it hurts me to put the wicked down. I hate that my creation start doing this. That hurts the Father. But I got to put you down.
But that's that spirit of jealousy he put back on us.
Yeah.
That Deuteronomy 32.
Yes,
We
sir.
provoke him to jealousy. He said he'll provoke us to jealousy.
Yeah. And look, to provoking he can put on us about jealousy is way above our head.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to make the Most High kill himself.
No.
You'll kill yourself with the jealousy he'll put on you.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Hey,
Right.
but you got to keep in mind the mindset of he's a man of war.
Absolutely, bro.
This is war.
Look, we was told Ephesians 6 and 9 is spiritual war, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is war. So what we're talking about, he war with the nations that break his commandments. He'll war with us. That's what they were telling Job. They were saying, you at war with the Most High. He like, no, it just ain't right. No.
My spirit is at war with
spirit
my
is-
flesh.
Yeah, boy, look how every day, ain't it, boy?
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
Let's get some more, y'all. Let's get this code on up. Go ahead, where we at?
Verse 4.
Yeah. No, we cool with that, Sirach. We want to get right back in these scripts. We got a few to go. That Leviticus 27.
Yeah.
Y'all read the rest of that, because what those were, y'all, those were certain about redemption or returning your possession. And you'll see the word Jubilee as you go through that Leviticus 27. We're going to stop for time's sake. Y'all read the rest.
11, then you about
Did we get
undefiled beasts.
Did we get that? Yeah. That's what we're going to get. Go ahead, bro.
We need that.
Right on, Lice. Right on, Lice. Go ahead.
Verse
This Leviticus 27 and what?
verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And if it be a beast whereof men bring an offering unto the Most High, all that any man giveth of such unto the Most High shall be holy. He shall not alter it, nor change it, a good for a bad, or a bad for a good. And if he shall at all change beast for beast, then it and the exchange thereof shall be holy.
It shall be holy. Look, you can't switch them out. This was Saul did. Saul switched. The Most High said, give me a sacrifice for putting down Amalek or whoever that was. Saul took all of their goats and stuff, and instead of giving him the good one, he exchanged it for what the Most High said, get rid of it, all of it. He switched it with his and kept his. You understand what I'm saying? He like, Saul, you hard-headed. You real hard-headed. I don't want that. If I wanted it, I wouldn't have told you to kill it. If I want, how you gonna give me what I told you I was gonna destroy? So in his mind, he's saying, well, I ain't gonna give up mine. I mean, he gonna kill him anyway. Why don't he take it? So now Saul is thinking for the Most High. So Saul had to be punished for that, y'all.
Because he also saw it as this is his increase, but the Most High said don't take none of it.
Don't take none of it.
And told him to kill off everything that was attached to him.
Everything. He said it was cursed. He kept he kept the king alive. He like, but man, we used to be partners back in high school. He said, I told you to put him down.
Man worship.
Man worship.
Yep.
Let's get some more.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
And if it be any unclean beast.
Right here, y'all, is Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14 coming into play, because it is saying we finna offer unclean beasts. They gonna go to this verse on you, y'all, but we gonna get it clear. Go ahead, Lysa.
And if it be any unclean beast, of which they do not offer a sacrifice unto the Most High, then he shall present the beast before the priest, and the priest shall value it.
What shall the priest do?
Value it, whether it be good or bad, as thou valuest it. Who art the priest, so shall it be.
Now, that next verse is a redeemer coming, but we're going to get back to that, because right now everybody say that's confusion. Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14 say, how you going to offer an unclean beast to the Most High? It said, but notice the verse said, and if it be any unclean beast of which they do not offer a sacrifice. See, you can't offer a swine on the altar. Is that clear? Yeah. You can't offer that, but look, we didn't have what's some of the garbage companies? Midland Garbage and Republic. We didn't have them drive in front of our house and pick up your trash back in the day. You know what that truck was? It was hogs.
Hogs.
That was your garbage disposal.
That would come and clean up your land and field, your house, whatever. Whatever garbage and trash and filth.
But you had to have them or they wouldn't have got on the ark. You can't have sheep eating your trash. No. You can't have bullocks eating your trash. There's things on there to eat your trash. You buy catfish to put in your fish tank, don't you? What you buying them for?
Clean out your tank.
To do what?
Clean your tank.
See, everything he made, he said in the evening and the morning, and it was good, or did he say half of it was good?
No, he said and it was good.
See, so y'all, when you're reading these scriptures, look at what you're really reading and don't go past and search the matter out. It's not a contradiction. It was clear what he said. Read that again, Elisha, verse 11. What you got back there, Tom?
That's
you
why
good?
Some people wrestle with
Paul, right?
Very few to kill and eat.
Yeah.
And he saw that swine on there like, nah.
Absolutely, bro.
That's confusion to them.
But
with no understanding.
But he don't. But look. But he don't want
that's
you.
That's part of the problem.
He don't want you to think that every time you look at a swine, you have disdain for it. Right. Like if you look at another nation, you have disdain for it. If it wasn't a swine, you talking about disease. Right. In certain parts of Africa, they don't have it. They can't afford it. They dig holes and then they doodle in them holes, and when they fill up, somebody have to stick a bucket down there, pour it in a nugget bucket, and then they take it and pour it in the river that's running that children are swimming in.
Ooh, that's a crappy job.
Boy, that's a crappy job. Y'all understand now? Look, badger skin cover the Ark of the Covenant. Badger is from the weasel. What is it doing covering the Ark of the Covenant?
As a purpose.
Ezekiel 16, he said, he put us in the best garment and put us in badger skin shoes.
I had them.
So the priest would, if you brought a badger, you can't offer for sacrifice, but you like priest, he say, okay, I can use that badger. We can make plenty of shoes out of that. We can get some shoes. We'll throw the flesh to the ravens, but we'll get at least 10 pair of shoes out of this. That's what the priest would determine.
That's how they value it.
That's how they valued it. What can we use this for? Because ain't nothing. You can't say, well, I don't know why the Lord created that. You just can't make your own thoughts and say, because it said that means I can throw it on the grid and I can pray over it. Nope. That ain't what the law say. Well, you'll get past the hot sauce. No, you can't. Hot sauce ain't going to make it clean. But we think anything can make clean. We start making up stuff. You can clean them doodle noodles with some people use vinegar and he put a little bleach in his chitlins.
They gonna clean your noodles.
Yeah, but yes they are.
They gonna run
right through you, boy.
Run through you.
Yes, sir. Well, you boys on today. Go ahead, Elijah. Read some more of that.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
But if he will at all redeem it, then he shall add a fifth part thereof unto thy estimation.
So if he's saying, look, I know I need to offer this, but man, I got to have it back, man. My uncle gave me this, but I didn't have nothing at all. If he redeem it, because you can't be, this is what's called an Indian giver. You can't be an Indian giver. And it should be called Esau giver, because the Indians didn't take nothing back.
Right.
It was the European that had his hand behind his back and took back his covenant. So that's who it should really be, the Indian giver, so to speak. But you had to give back fivefold, double that up, if he gave it back to you. So you don't start playing that game, you know, give it and get it back.
Right.
Give it and get it back.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
And when a man shall sanctify his house to be holy unto the Most High, then the priest shall estimate it, whether it be good or bad. As the priest shall estimate it, so shall it stand.
And y'all read the rest of that, because this is redeeming. That's why I say a deacon must be of one wife.
Yeah.
Able to control his own household first. If you cussing leaving out your door, what you gonna do at the church?
True. Get the clowning.
No, I'm just saying. How you gonna get? You can't get control of just 5 in your household, and then you're trying to get control of 1,000.
Right. It won't be a just balance.
Y'all read the rest of that, y'all. Let's get a little bit more of this. Deuteronomy 12:31. And y'all, what we're doing is going over the laws of sacrifice. When you make a sacrifice, y'all, sometimes you have to give something you can't, but if you need to redeem it. See, on these campsites, you know, old Dial over there, he had a man come in with his wife and child, and the guy wanted to get married, but he didn't have the dowry. So, and then he put him out, and he ended up taking the man's dowry. He come back for it. He said, you can't redeem it.
Oh, what?
The boy on there that was in there, that they throwed him out, but his wife and daughter was left there. So the daughter was ready to get married. So when the daughter got married, the man brought the dowry, but didn't give it to her daddy, gave it to Dial. And then when the man wanted to come back and look, I went, no, play, you can't redeem none of this. You gave it up, you can't redeem it.
But it's a shyster.
All you have to do is look at the camp. Everything you give, they say you can't get that back. That's why Acts 5th chapter don't say that. It say they gave a portion of a possession. They had many houses. They say, we're going to give them the one over on Cobrillion. They can have that one. But they lied about it to the Holy Spirit. And Peter said it was in your control. You didn't lie to me. You lied to the Holy Spirit. That came from your heart. You didn't lie to me.
Right.
So you got to pay for that, player, because you had every right to redeem it the right way, not to lie to redeem it. Y'all understand? But men will use that Acts 5th chapter and say everybody's supposed to put everything they own in the pot. Somebody's short.
When they use that
Somebody gonna take it out of
Hold
her.
on, Thomas. Yeah, it's
When they use that come out of her, they don't read the rest of it.
They don't read
the rest of it. Ain't none of that going on.
Boy, look here. And then what it says is, man, if you got 5 TVs and this individual don't have any, you can give him one. You ain't gonna get the 75 inch. I'll give you the 36 inch. You still watching TV, ain't you?
Right.
You watch TV on this. What inch is this? And this the latest right here. This is an iPhone 5.
But these cats are saying
It ain't the latest.
Go ahead.
It's the late.
Go ahead, Thomas. Yeah.
Hey, so oppression make a righteous man angry. But look, is it wrong that some furniture be moving after that was done to that man?
I'm not understanding, bro. You know I ain't that hip talk yet.
Is it wrong that some furniture
Talk about somebody getting beat up.
Beat up about what? I know the furniture moving, but that's usually somebody in your house and they doing something, or somebody said in your house, it's finna be some furniture moving. You know, you may have to get them out of there. All it's just saying, look, it's finna get rough in here. But the rough had to be angry, but sin not. You can ask them, get the hell out of here, or I will remove you. You can do that. I'm gonna ask you one more time now. DEDADO. Dadado. Now you don't follow up behind that one, then it be what it is, ain't it, Elisha?
Yes, sir.
Because the Messiah did that when he sold him. You collecting in my father's house like this, you extort. He wouldn't have got a whip, didn't he?
Yeah.
Huh? Didn't they, when they running, boy, he was hitting them in the small of their back and they was getting out of there.
Right. Turning over their table.
Turning over, and then flipping their table over.
He was the moving.
Get out of my father's house.
He was moving furniture.
But when he went to the Pharisee's house, he saluted the Pharisee because that was his house. He said, hey, you know, and then when they started blasting him, when the woman wiped his feet, he like, well, look, hospitality is supposed you offer water and take your shoes off. That's the first thing you do. You rest and give them respect. Y'all ain't did nothing. She been wiping my feet with her tears. And wiping it with her hair, which a woman's hair is her glory.
Yes.
1 Corinthians 11, that's her glory. And she wiping my feet with it. Y'all ain't offer me no water. The first thing y'all said was if he knew what kind of woman that was, he wouldn't be talked to. The bottom line is, what is that woman doing in your house?
Right.
That I just came to. That's the problem off top, ain't it, Elijah?
Yeah, but certain questions won't get asked.
No, they won't get asked.
It convicts.
Let's move on, y'all. We got a few scriptures.
Going to
Deuteronomy 12:31, Deuteronomy 18:21. Y'all, we have to establish law first, so don't nobody one-line you and have you scratching your head. Could the Lord be telling me to break his own law? No, he wouldn't have you do that.
Let me start at 12 at 28.
Yes, sir.
All right, family, we're going to be in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12. We're going to start the reading in verse 28. Everybody there? Get some understanding, family. Deuteronomy 12 and 28. Observe and hear all these words which I command thee, that it may go well with thee.
That it may do what?
It may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee forever. When thou doest that which is good and right in the sight of the Most High thy power.
See, when you do good and right, it goes well with your children. Go ahead.
When the Most High thy Elohim shall cut off the nations from before thee, whither thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land. Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them. After that they be destroyed from before thee. And that thou inquire not after their God.
And that thou do not do what?
Inquire after their God. Saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise.
See, this is when Saul did wrong and the Most High cut him off.
Right.
And wouldn't communicate with him no more. He told you how you're supposed to communicate with a priest. Through Urim and Thummim, at the time, those were the communication. And in dreams, he say, he won't answer me. So what Saul do, he go to somebody that worshiped the devil, the witch of Endor. He said, ask her, can you call the Most High for me on your phone? Treat. Y'all think about that. He went to the devil's servant and asked him, can you contact God for me? He won't talk to me no more. Do y'all understand where we going with this? You're talking about a wicked soul that think you can go to the wicked and have them contact God for you. She said, no. And what she tell him first? She said, wait a minute. You a trickster. You a hustler. You Saul. You had me put out. What you trying to do? Get me killed? No. I swear. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. That's why I'm in incognito right now. He come in there with a Raiders cap and shoulders on. It says Saul disguised himself. Ain't that what it is, Elisha? And she said, well, all right then. And then when she jumped back, like Whoopi Goldberg did in Ghost, she said, this ain't normal. I see God's ascending and descending. What you done did here. And woke up Samuel. But then was God's and ascended. It wasn't her woke up Samuel. I saw angels. It made her jump back. This ain't my normal practice. This supernatural for real now.
Beyond my pay grade.
This beyond my pay grade. So when you understand that, y'all, and you get into this law, you're going to always see ascending. And Jacob saw the ladder, ascending and descending. It's always going to be the ladder. When he sentenced, writes it down. Go handle that business for me. When you get into that Sirach 44, it say, and anybody say, well, that was a demon, that one Samuel. No, Sirach say Samuel prophesied from the grave. The Lord allowed it. But there was an intercession right there first. You understand what I'm saying? Like he allowed Christ to go to hell and speak to the saints that died in his name before the resurrection. Y'all just rest a little season. I got y'all. Don't worry about it, because the grave was down there until Abraham's bosom. Let's get some more. Where we at?
Verse 31.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not do so unto the Most High thy Elohim.
For
every abomination to the Most High.
Some abomination.
Every abomination to the Most High, which he hateth, have they done unto their God. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire.
Right now it'd be questions if you 60 and come up with a baby. Oh, she's pregnant. Wait a minute. Who on her mail route?
Right. You still getting that fresh milk?
Boy, look here. Look, that's what happened with Joseph, who was 70 years old and Mary was 16. Let's get some more. Where we at?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18. I want to start at verse 17.
Hand your business, yes, sir.
Verse 17. And the Most High said unto me, they have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth. And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
Now, whenever you're talking about Moses, the Most High said, I'm putting my words in his mouth. If you ever fix your mouth to say something different about Moses, then you're attacking the Father, not Moses. He didn't put in Moses' mouth, strike the rock.
Right.
He said, speak to the rock and water flow. Moses hit it on his own. Pow! You Negroes is crazy out here. Through anger. Be angry, but sin not. So he say, how dare you sanctify yourself with me? You gonna change the order of how I tell you what to do?
His own people drove him to that.
But look, he had enough of them because they was swiveling hips at the Mount of Sinai when he went to get the law. Now they clowning out in the wilderness after the second set of the law. Yeah, with this people. I'm talking about honestly being foolish. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm saying his anger.
Oh, his anger. Yeah, it's honest. It's honor, but you have to take control of your thought, because a quick temper make you have to think the end when you think about it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I should have followed my first mind. Right. That was his second mind to get some order out there. Now, you got 6 million Israelites out there. How many of them you going to hit with that stick before they get into some order? They'll bum rush you. They was bum rushing him and Aaron then. They bum rushed Aaron when he made the gold calf. He said, man, what you doing? He said, man, this people crazy. They were talking about hanging me up and they were going to sacrifice me if I didn't do it. You know these people, they crazy as hell.
So I said, get it going.
I said, get it going. Give me some earrings. Give me all the gold.
Give me all that gold. We going to melt it just like you want it.
Let's read some more.
Your own people will drive you to do it.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods.
In the name of who?
Other gods. Even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Most High hath not spoken? When a prophet speaketh in the name of the Most High, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Most High hath not spoken.
See, if it don't come to pass. See, Nostradamus will have a few, but he had 10 wrong. False prophets may land or get close to a few, but they always end up wrong. You know what I'm saying? At the back end. So Nostradamus had what's called quatrains. He didn't have what's called the book of Revelation. He just copied from it and put a twist on it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
But the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously.
What have he done?
Spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. That's that.
So y'all, if they tell you other guys, don't be scared of them because they got you doing that. Don't be scared. Don't have no respect of person. Somebody tell you, I know the Bible say you can eat meat, but I'm telling you.
I ain't afraid of no goat.
Right. You don't listen to that. Don't be scared of it. You ain't got to be scared of it. Demons fear and tremble. What is you scared about? Some scared Negro.
Right.
That's already scared. Hiding and scared. If he wasn't scared, he wouldn't be doing it in secret. He'd be doing it on the rooftop.
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't be hiding with other things covering up your book. And it's a witchcraft book up under there. If it was about righteousness, you pull the cover off and let everybody see it. Like you got basic math and you got a yellow bag on it, the regular sandwich bag, and you put on there triple algebra. It really ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So you got that on there trying to make somebody think you really into it.
Right. Triple algebra.
Boy, look here. Y'all know Dexter Manley, that outstanding defensive tackle for the Washington Redskins back in the day? He said he didn't know how to read. They pushed him through, even in the college, about his athletic ability. But he said he would just be sitting in the locker room with a Wall Street Journal out while everybody else looking. And he said it was like Chinese hieroglyphics. He didn't know what he was reading. He was just flipping the pages after a few times. And they like, man, he up on his game. He reading the Wall Street Journal.
Come to find out, man, a grown man, he couldn't read.
He couldn't read. They just pushed him through on his ability.
Right.
Like they still do our athletes today. Yeah. Just push you through because I can make money off of you.
Not just the athletes. I know some who wasn't athletic and they couldn't read.
Yeah, that too, bro. But they'll get you through. Like some people, like, you know, we have people that can't read and they'll have you, you know, because they shame to mark with an X. And today, they'll be like, bro, you know, I like your handwriting, man. Sign my check for me. Man, I just like the way you write it. I don't never get no kickback when you sign my name. You can't write. You mark with an X and it's shameful. So you convince somebody to sign your name for them. What's your name? Willie Jackson? Yeah, I like the way you signed it. They're going to like it too. But you can't read, so some people learn how to manipulate the system or other individual form, but sooner or later you're going to have to sign your own name. We got a partner that worked downtown with young juveniles in today's age. Don't know how to write in cursive. Ain't no more cursive writing. He said, but not only this, they can't spell their name in box letters. They have them put an X on there and they sign up underneath the X. Today, I'm not talking about 100 years ago. I'm talking about today. The youth don't know how to spell their own name. Yeah. And we giving them names 2 miles long.
Dontavius.
Yes, yeah.
You said Dontavius.
Yeah.
Wasn't he just on TV?
Aquarius. Look, they just go back. Look, man. I know how to spell that. Go ahead. Yeah, brother. They don't know how to count, but they sure know how to shoot.
They don't know how to shoot.
They don't.
Well, they don't know. You're right, Liza. Look, they shoot sideways. Look, you're right, Liza. Because recoil kick this way if the pistol sideways. That's why they keep hitting the people on the other porch.
Right.
And they turn the pistol the right way, but they turn it sideways for coolness, and they recoil kicking this way. Everybody on the other porch dead, and everybody on this porch running the house. They say.
Yeah, because they don't know nothing about bullet velocity. Nothing.
Oh yeah, Levi know how that law and order is supposed to work. Pointing it the right way. Let's catch up, y'all. Where we at? Now we're gonna go on the righteous. We're going to righteous sacrifice, y'all. We're gonna start with righteous sacrifice. Then we're going to get into some unrighteous sacrifice in the Bible that people may think the Most High is telling them to do it. But no, we're going to get to the subject matter and we're going to clear it. No, I'm saving that shit. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
On that boy.
Them called LOs.
Don't touch that.
Leftovers.
He going to inhale that.
Yep.
Soon as class is
Sure is. As I was eating before that horn blew. Go ahead. Where we at? Isaiah 53. Y'all, we're going to clear up this proposed sacrifice of Isaac, y'all, and then we're going to get into a little bit of what Isaac this was I ain't going to say no contest, but this was a discussion between Isaac and Ishmael that started all of this. If you know, I got one right here. If you don't understand that, then you're going to get some understanding today.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Righteous sacrifice, y'all. We just going to hit them briefly, and then we're going to get into the book of Jasher. Huh? Who? Oh, there? Okay.
It's on me.
This whole thing about sacrificing Isaac came from conversation between Ishmael and Isaac. That's where it started. So we have to always go back to the beginning of a matter before you can judge it. Always go back to the beginning. Like this sister who claimed she was on the side of the highway and saw a baby walking out there.
Yes, sir.
If that wasn't Marlon Wayans in that movie, what was that movie he was playing? A baby? Little Man?
So now she done just jeopardized all the sisters
Everything.
that are actually getting abducted and the children are getting abducted. You know, now they're going to question every black abduction based on this foolishness. You know, because she just wanted some damn attention.
Because of the white woman that got caught up doing the same thing, had FBI hunting for her and looking for some Mexican people. Now, like I said, if it wasn't them midget Marlon Wayans were playing, or them midgets that come from up under them hats in the big hat club, it had to be somebody to get away because they are driving a car because they said we couldn't find them. Right. But this the deal. First thing they went for, her phone.
Her phone. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we can see here you've been wanting a family. You mad at your boyfriend. He's messing around chicks. You want a family. So you go to these extremes?
That's crazy.
Yo, where did they come from, Lysa? They went for her phone, didn't they?
They went for her.
And what the first thing he do? He scrubbed his. I don't want no connection with. He scrubbed every one of their conversations. But Daily Mail said we already got them. They in the cloud. Yeah. They put all the pictures back out there to let him know you can't scrub nothing.
Went straight to her search engines.
Don't care how good you clean your kitchen, you can't scrub the cloud.
What would the judgment be? What's the judgment be?
For her, fines and probation probably. You have to pay for all of the money they spent to have people out there looking. You have to pay for all that manpower and hours. Then you have to a penalty for it, which could mean $5,000 or so many hours of community service, you know, on that. Now, if somebody would have got hurt or died during that search, she'd be on the hook for manslaughter then.
Yeah, she going to jail then.
Let's get some more, y'all. We got to get caught up.
We're going verse 1.
Yeah. No, we're going right through here, where we had a lamb before the slaughter. Isaiah 53. Let's get that Isaiah 53, y'all. We're going to hit it right.
Verse 6.
You know what I want, Vice.
Just start at 1.
That's what
Oh, that's where we can go? Okay.
That's what I said.
It's only 12 verses.
Oh, okay.
Isaiah chapter 53, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Who hath believed our report?
Uh-huh.
And to whom is the arm of the Most High revealed?
We know to his prophets. Yeah, that means his power, his right hand. Go ahead.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant,
Uh-huh.
and as a root out of the dry ground.
And as a root out of dry ground, Christ came as a root out of dry ground, because when he was born, everything was going on, superstitions.
Yes.
You know, who do men say I am? Some say you Jeremiah.
Right.
Some say you John the Baptist. Well, John the Baptist is 6 months older than me. I can't be him. But that's what people were saying. So he was a root when there was no tilling of the ground. There was no watering of righteousness at the point. Right. Israel was out of control over in Samaria, different things. So a root out of dry ground. I want y'all to understand that when children bounce a ball on grass and it finally turned to hard dirt, grass will never grow there again because they killed the root. So he was a root out of dry ground when there was no righteousness being taught. The Pharisees had it on lock.
So he
You understand? Go ahead.
He was the only source of life.
Yes, sir. Root we're talking about. We're not talking about rotten trees.
No.
There's an evil tree. You understand what I'm saying? That bring forth not good fruit. Not talking about tree. What's before the tree?
The root.
The root.
The root
Let's get
is
some more.
always the beginning.
Yes, sir. That's why people say, let's get to the root of the matter.
That's right.
Let's get some more.
He has no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him.
Now, this didn't make the Most High ugly, but they'll say that, well, Christ was ugly. See, that's another excuse for you to look at Lucifer, because Lucifer say, the Most High say, your beauty deceived you. That's how he deceived Eve. He like, Eve, look at all of this. You're going to deny this. Why would he make me this beautiful?
And if you notice, everything about the world is to present beauty.
Yes, sir.
Look at
Everything
me.
on the surface has to be immaculately beautiful to attract you.
Why does it matter how you look?
Well, that's the question we say.
Right.
What difference does it make? But our eyes, because we're visual people, we have to see it. And that appeals to us. See, that's why I say we'll go after a rich man. If a poor man tell us the scripture, we're like, get on out of here, poor man. What you saying, rich man? Bring me all y'all money. Right now, the Lord told me, give him all y'all money. You see how good he look? Creflo Dollar say, I need an airplane right now, or God gon' no, the other boy said, or God gonna kill me. If I need $2 million right now, or God's gonna kill me. People putting up everything.
You think Satan was looking ugly in the garden?
Yeah.
For Eve to want to holler at him?
He was the first bad boy.
Say he masquerades as an angel of light.
What you say about what I said?
He's a tree to be desired.
A tree to be desired.
Right.
And now her desire should be to her husband. What desire is the same desire? It means to learn or to crave the information about the Most High. That's who you should get it from. You got it from. How you going to go to a second man? How you going to go next door and say, the man next door told us we need to be doing this in our backyard?
And he reprobate. You're a reprobate man. And you trying to get righteous instruction from a reprobate?
Because he looked plain.
Just like we say, you know, the book of Enoch says that all the information that Satan brought down to mankind is tainted information.
Yes, sir.
So he can't bring any good
Doctrine.
information or doctrine that's going to grant you salvation. He only brings death and destruction. And
Your
accusation.
father of lies. Go ahead, where we at?
Verse 3.
Yeah.
He is despised and rejected of men,
Uh-huh.
a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised and not esteemed, and we esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our grief.
And that's B-O-R-N-E. That means carried our problems. That's borne. Like Jeremiah 10, say the man cut down a tree and he had to borne. That means he has to carry it back to his house and put a stand up on it. Go ahead.
Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Yahweh, and afflicted.
And that's what the Pharisees were saying. God cursing him. Look at him getting beat by them Romans. God cursed him, even though the Romans said, I wash my hands. I find nothing.
No fault in
this man.
That's why they hung him on.
Crucify him anyway. And if you don't, we'll tell Caesar on you. Get some up. What you were saying, Life?
I wasn't saying nothing.
Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
But he was wounded for our transgression.
What was he wounded for?
He was wounded for our transgression. He was bruised for our iniquities, and chastened of our peace.
The chastisement.
The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with his stripes we are healed.
Yes, sir.
All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Most High has laid on him the iniquity of us all.
Yes, sir.
He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth.
When Pilate told him, look, don't you know I had the power? It say he didn't open his mouth. Sometimes you have to keep your mouth shut. In court, they tell you, you can plead the fifth, can't you? But you want to do some talking.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. See, I wasn't really there. And I really didn't have the gun.
You better stop talking.
Yeah. What you got, Jeremiah?
I know you always tell me to say,
I don't remember. Look, that's what Donald Trump said 56 times.
He say that to everything.
Go ahead, bro.
Yet he opened not his mouth. He was brought as a lamb to the slaughter.
What was he brought as?
As a lamb to the slaughter. And as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people was he stricken.
Yes, sir.
And he made his grave, with the wicked, and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence.
No what?
No violence. Neither was any deceit in his mouth.
And there ain't another human being on this planet since Adam that fit that bill but the Messiah.
Yeah.
Everybody else fell short. See, and when they say he made his grave with the wicked, he was up there with both thieves and with the rich, because the rich man gave him his gravestone that never a man had been put in.
Right.
Because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. No guile. Guile is deceit out of the mouth, trickery of the tongue. No, you know what these scriptures say, but you will trick the other individuals because you believe God turned his back on you because of your bad behavior. So now you want everybody else in that boat. Misery loves what?
Company.
Let's get some more.
A lot of it.
Come on and go with me. Verse 10.
Turn them off. Go ahead. That's what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yet it pleased the Most High to bruise him. He has put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Most High shall prosper in his hand.
You can hold that. Y'all read the rest of that on out. But we're going to move again to John 1:29, because it said he was a lamb for the slaughter. Ain't nobody else been offered as a lamb for the slaughter, because the high priest had what's called a scapegoat.
Yep.
2 goats. One took the burdens of Israel and they run him out into the wilderness. And if he came back, that's how they would determine things. John 1:29, Corinthians 6:12. We're going to run these, y'all, and then we're going to get right into that Acts, and we may have to give the unrighteous virgins as homework unless we speed this up a bit.
What is it again?
John chapter 1, verse 29.
You gone? All right. Cool, okay. Quick one, y'all. We just gonna run that one.
John chapter 1, verse 29.
I tell you what, bag it up to just bag it up to 24, 25.
John chapter 1, verse 25. What you doing? Watching TV? John chapter 1, verse 25.
Yes, sir.
And they asked him and said unto him, Why baptize thou then, if thou be not that Christ, nor Elias, neither that prophet? John answered them, saying, I baptize with water, but there standeth one among you, whom ye know not. He it is who come after me is preferred before me.
What is he?
Preferred before me. Whose shoes latch I am not worthy to unloose. These things were done in Bethabara, beyond Jordan, where John was baptized. The next day John seeth Yahushua coming unto him, and said, Behold, the Lamb of Yahweh.
What'd he say?
The Lamb of God, which taketh away the sin of the world.
So he's quoting Isaiah 53. So he's saying this the lamb that was offered for the slaughter, for the iniquity of the people. How far we going on there? Just that one? Y'all read the rest. You're going to read to 32, bro.
Verse 30. This is he of whom I said, After me cometh a man which preferred before me. For he was before me, and I knew him not, but that he should be made manifest to Israel. Therefore am I come baptizing with water. And John bare record, saying, I saw the Spirit descending from heaven like a dove, and it abode upon him.
So y'all gonna read the rest of that if y'all want to. You can see what John is continually saying. I baptize with water, but he baptized with the Holy Spirit. And Christ never baptized anyone. It said Christ baptized not, but his disciples. Paul followed the Messiah. He said, the Most High didn't send me to baptize, but to preach the gospel. He said, only two families I ever baptized. I think the house of Stephanus and the house of Gaius. Them was the only two houses I ever baptized. Water baptized with me. The rest, I'm laying hands on people. Y'all understand? We're not taking away from water baptism, but you can get wet. But if you don't receive that Spirit to do righteous, you just come up as a wet sinner.
Yeah.
What you got back there, Emo? You good? Okay. Well, let's get it, y'all. Let's get right to 1 Corinthians. Who got a question? What you got to about?
Romans chapter 12 and verse 1.
What it say?
And it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice.
Well, how you prevent your body?
A living sacrifice.
So do that mean we get wood and put ourselves on the barbecue grill?
No.
So there's got to be a different type of sacrifice. A living sacrifice means you can't kill yourself.
Right.
But fire may come on you in this walk, but you ain't going to get burned up.
Right.
Let's get some more.
It says, present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yes, sir.
That you may prove that what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Yes, sir.
You're going to transform your mind.
That's reasonable service.
That's just basic, ain't it?
Right.
Reasonable. And you know what that is? Just do right.
Right.
Why you can't do right? Oh, no. And first thing you said, the devil got me. Well, you need to get rid of the devil.
Right.
The lust of your flesh doing that.
That's all it is there. Your flesh is the devil.
You can't present a defiled sacrifice.
Where we at, y'all? 1 Corinthians 6:12, y'all. We're going to run through. And anybody got 2nd Enoch 30? I just want to, it's something very important there, because this is going to line up with present yourself as a living sacrifice. This is what Enoch, what Adam was born when the woman was taken from him. She wasn't wicked at birth like men try to say that. It was a decision to see if you going to let your what comes out of you rule over you. And what comes out of you rule over you, then that means they're going to try to rule over me. Once they get past you, then they coming for me.
So this is where they got, where somewhere in the scripture where it talks about the religion of the children.
What you saying? He gonna say it a little bit loud.
Is there something that says the scripture talks about that your children get to a certain point that your children will leave you?
Oh yeah, that's in is that Isaiah 3? Where is that? The oppressors and children gonna rule over? Isaiah 3.
Oppressors and children shall rule.
Lamentations 3. Isaiah 3. Okay. 1 Corinthians 6:12, y'all. We're gonna run these, y'all, real quickly, and then we're gonna get in that 2nd Enoch.
Dan, you had a question in the chat.
What's the question, bro?
Mina Miller asked,
Who is that?
Mina Miller in the chat asked, have you all seen the video of Jamal Bryant saying that Christ was 85% wrong?
He was 85% wrong. Who said that?
They saying somebody by the name of Jamal Bryant.
Well, Jamal Bryant, all he have to do is find in the scripture where it says he sinned. Wrong means sin. That's all we need to find. All we need from Genesis to Revelation is say, right there, guile was found in his mouth. Right there, he sinned, because the Pharisees couldn't do it. And you modern day Pharisees ain't nowhere near them Negroes were. Nowhere close to them, because they was in league with Caesar. Only league you in with Caesar is trying to get a few shekels from the government through the back door.
Right.
If you trying to escape from that, don't want to pay that back. Where we at? 6:12. So we understand what Paul is saying real quick.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
All things are lawful unto me.
See what Paul say? All things are lawful. Everything in existence, because it said, and the morning and the evening was good. Everything is lawful. Go ahead.
But all things are not expedient.
No, all things are not expedient. Go ahead, Elisha.
All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
What it's saying is, y'all, everything is lawful, but it's not expedient. It may take me some time to come up to the understanding of this. It still don't make it unlawful. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Well, when people, this is a perfect example. When people say, well, you ate pork when you was little. Well, it wasn't expedient then. It is now. It took me this long to understand I'm not supposed to do that. It still was lawful. I still wasn't supposed to do it. Yes, I did it. But it wasn't expedient. So when you look up expedient, it means, not come up to full understanding of it yet. A lot of laws in here we can't come up to full understanding. Sometimes you have to get gray hair on your head and gray hair on your waist.
You have to live life to understand.
You have to live life for it to be expedient. How you 18 and talking about you don't understand a man, be patient with him when he get in his old age? You ain't gonna never understand that till you get that age and somebody ain't patient with you.
That's right. You'll get full.
You'll get, keep living. That's what we say, keep living. Expedience will show up immediately.
Hey, Brother James.
Yes, sir.
Explain the second part of that, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
All things are lawful.
I will not be brought under the power of any.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Like saying, you got your fringes on. You doing this. I know you ain't doing it. Did you cut on your light switch in the house? See, and some people don't understand that because all they know about the Sabbath is you ain't supposed to do nothing. Shalom says. But Adam was born on the Sabbath and was told to work on the Sabbath. I ain't got there yet, so now I'm brought under bondage under these laws. And then they put you under bondage about the fringes. You not saying fringes are our custom. We were fringes. But what I'm saying is when they use that as a prerequisite, and that was brought in by disobedience. How you then ain't gonna challenge? The Holy Spirit was here at the beginning. It made the waters and made the earth reveal itself. That's what we have now, the Holy Spirit. But if you put fringes ahead of the Holy Spirit, then there's a problem. But yet they put people under bond. You got your friend. One Negro did telling another one, you got your friend, and he didn't have his on. He went back to the car and got him like they're Lucky Charm. Now we can discuss, well, what you gonna do when you with your wife and you're supposed to pull off all your clothes? Do you have on just fringes while you naked? So you don't make the bed defiled. Yeah, a hula hoop friend. So you don't make the bed defiled. So you keep your mind clear. You look down and say, oh, I ain't supposed to have my hand right there.
Even with my fringes on, I'm a mess.
That's what it means, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Put you under bond.
It goes back to look at me.
Look at me. That's all it does.
It all goes back to look at me.
You gonna go to the Lord and you ain't got yours on. You understand what I'm saying? You charging somebody, putting them under bondage, and you under lock and key till you run out to the car. Y'all understand that foolishness?
Yes, sir.
And then try to laugh it away.
And these be the ones that stress you about the Sabbath law. But what are you doing them other 6 days?
Yeah.
Are you breaking the law the other 6 days?
Yeah.
But see, the Sabbath has a specific law for a day set aside.
Yeah.
That they can say, oh, look at me, I'm doing the Sabbath. I'm not doing anything on the Sabbath. I'm not purchasing. I'm not doing this or that on the Sabbath. So I must be doing the work of the Most High.
Yeah.
I'm a man of righteousness or a woman of righteousness. But what about them other 6 days?
Yeah. So you resting from resting, huh, Elijah?
Or you just clowning. You talking crazy, throwing mouth.
Weekend
What
warrior.
about all that? What about the strife that you presenting and the chaos you present them other 6 days?
Yeah. Right.
But see, on the Sabbath, I can show people physically I'm doing the law.
And see, and what that does is put you in the bondage like the Pharisees doing. These just modern day Pharisees. We get to look at Pharisees today. That's all it's doing for us, y'all. Because they buying heavy burdens that they can't even keep. He put that burden on his and he is in the car. You didn't expect you was going to be asked some questions about law. You should have brought them out of the car. They should be on you what they doing in the car.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But he's binding that heavy burden on somebody else. Y'all understand? That's what the Pharisees did. They got the Messiah about healing on the Sabbath. Now y'all done took all this woman's money for 12 years and couldn't heal her, and he healed her with just a touch of the hem of his garment, and y'all blaming him.
He messed
He's
up my
healing
money
on the Sabbath.
He messed up my
Working
money.
on the Sabbath.
But Adam was created and commanded to work on the Sabbath.
Man, what kind of, boy, is that crazy license?
Created and commanded to work on the Sabbath. Be fruitful, multiply, and till my garden.
Yeah.
Watch over my garden. That's the work. That's the job.
And when then they say the Most High had rested when he bring that in?
Yeah. But there was work done on the Sabbath.
Yes, sir.
The 6th day.
But you can quit when you feel like it is retirement, born into retirement. See, we have to sweat from our brow and then we go into retirement. That's when you can do. I think I'm going to go out there and cut the front backyard. No, shit, I can cut in front of the garage. I'm through.
Right.
You can't do that on nobody's job.
I cut
You
my
understand?
front yard this morning, and I'm waiting to cut the back tomorrow.
Right. But see, if he
'Cause
was
it was
hired, he couldn't do that.
couldn't do
Servile work.
Right.
The garden wasn't servile work. He told him, man, you got it easy. Now you're going to sweat from your brow.
He can prune a tree back when he wanted to. I'm going to prune half of it today.
Yeah. I'll name the rest of them animals.
Yeah, I'll name them later. But once it became servile, he had to do it. Give me 8 hours, 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
I need those.
And look, in Egypt, when you talk about this heathen, at least they gave you 1 day a week off on the first day of the week. Egypt, they was running us 7 days a week.
Right.
Moses had to go to Pharaoh and say, you finna kill all of them. You got to give them 1 day. But in the book of Jasher, say, but this thing was from the Lord because he was finna bring them out and teach them about bondage. That's why you always see the Sabbath and bondage next to it, working you 7 days a week. You can't paper chase. And look, we was paper chasing and wasn't getting no paper. Let's get caught up, y'all. We got about a half hour.
1 Corinthians. Did we already? Oh, I didn't hit 13. We hit 12.
Yeah.
Did you want to go down?
Yeah, you gonna hit that.
All right. Verse 13.
Yeah.
Meats for the belly, and the belly for meats. But Yahweh shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication.
What is not for?
Fornication. But for the Most High. And the Most High for the body.
So, how you dare teach somebody there's something called legal rape?
Negro out of your mind.
Fornication.
The Bible say you can, and then they'll use that Leviticus 24, that when it say if you see a woman, you go capture nation Israel, and you see a beautiful woman and you like her. It didn't say you can just start swiveling hips right there. It say bring her to your house. Let her mourn her dead parents that you killed for 30 days. Let her cut off her hair and pare her nails, so we ain't got no braided hair with designs of Egypt or Canaan in it. Cut all that off. Let it just start grow back. Cut her fingernails so you ain't got these rapture dinosaur fingernails that women wearing now. What the hell are you doing with fingernails this long and sharp at the end?
Well, not only that,
them not dinosaur wraps,
but all the filth that's underneath them.
Oh, and what license?
All the filth that's underneath them.
Yes, sir.
Because all the doctrines that you have massaged and gone through and handled.
It's traces of them.
There's traces, all that DNA is under your fingernail.
And then where they get it from, license from the woman's fingernail. If she been raped, dig up under her fingernails. That's where the DNA at. And we got him. We know who it is. Earl Johnson.
As black as this skin is.
Boy, look at they go. You got to be Earl. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, but they use that Leviticus, and when they say pare her nails and then let her mourn. Let her cry for her people. And then it says, then thou may take her to wife. It says wife, not just some woman to lay with, a sex slave. Ain't no such thing in the Bible. It said take a wife, and it said you should not diminish if you got another wife. You can't cut her short. All of them then must have the same thing and go down the line. But these Negroes will look at that because all they want to see is rape. All they want to see is free male. Ain't no such thing in the Bible. She's a female. She come with a cost.
When I get that feeling.
Yeah, no. Look here, y'all. But look, if that's the case, and you know what they'll do, Elijah? These same ones are say justifiable why Levi and Simeon killed Shechem, even though Shechem them got circumcised. Should have killed him. Should have killed. He raped our sister and do like, yeah, I see that. But yet you want to go do it. Y'all understand this? This is Pharisee talk. These are agents of chaos to make you think. Go ahead and do some raping. That Pollock, that Polite or whatever he say, look like the. Y'all know what he look like. Yeah. He ready. He negotiating a plea deal right now. Had his girlfriend's 14-year-old daughter, taking her to a party in Miami. 14. That's against the rules, ain't it, Elijah? First child in danger. And then she wake up. Yeah, got her drunk, had her drinking, and found his man particles all over her clothes.
His daughter?
His girlfriend's daughter. One of his so-called wives. But yeah, he on video.
Bro with the whore's eye on his face?
No, not him. Big bug guy, skinny. He shot up the Bible. He shot the Bible with an M16.
He be painting that eye horse.
Do it and then say, now it's holy. But you know what they got him in court? Put your hand on it. Tell us the truth now on the Holy Bible.
Massaging it vigorously.
Yes, sir.
Please get me out of this.
Lawyer, please get me out of this. And he negotiating a plea deal. Well, plea deal means I'm accepting guilt.
Yeah.
Some form of guilt. I'm just going to pay it down to where I can sustain myself. But you in a bad position anytime you mess with somebody and you force them and go into the penitentiary. Well, they got penitentiary rules in their phone.
And his name
Pole may end up liking Pole shortly here.
Pole gonna be liked by me.
Right here. Yes, sir. Let's get some more of this, y'all. Let's get caught up. The Most High shall not be mocked and won't be mocked.
But you get mocked around here, you come with some foolishness.
Yeah, yes, sir. Where we at? Y'all can hold that, y'all. Real quick, who got that second Enoch 30 for me? I just need just that part so we get a clear understanding on what he was saying, why the woman was created. It wasn't to see if Adam, he didn't tempt him with evil. He just seeing what was his commitment to the Most High. All of this started before Eve was ever formed. What it say? Whoever got it, real quick. Just that second Enoch, chapter 30.
I'm gonna try to Google it.
Mine didn't read the same.
Yes, sir. It started about that goes into the creation again. You got it, 2 by. Yeah. Secret Enoch, whoever you got it right there. I got it right here. Yeah, I got it right here. So this is 30, and it tells you about on the 3rd day I commanded the earth, and he go on, and then the 5th day and the 6th day, and he tell about that, and then when you get down to verse 12, this is what he say. I conceived a cunning saying to say I created man from invisible, spiritual, and from visible, physical nature. So he said, I breathed the breath of life in him when it was supernatural, but I created him from natural dirt. So Adam was called what's pre to natural. You got natural, pre to natural, then you got supernatural. Of nature of both are his death and life and image. He knows speech like some created thing, small in greatness and again great in smallness. And I placed him on earth, a second angel, honorable, great, and glorious, and I appointed him as a ruler to rule earth and to have my wisdom, and there was none like him of earth, of all my existing creatures. And I appointed him a name, and it tells you what Adam come from, not from that word up to somebody means red, all it is. He said, name Adam, and I showed him I named him Adam. It names mean from the east, from the west, from the south, and the north. That's what Adam means, from the world, because I gave him a charge of entire planet Earth. And I appointed him for 4 special stars and called his name Adam, and showed him the 2 ways, light and darkness. And I told him, this is good and that is bad. That I should learn this is good and that bad. That I should learn whether he has love towards me. That was the same thing with Abraham. Yeah, I'll see Satan. You think he don't have love toward me? Then I'll go ahead and we'll see about his son. See if he'll do what I say. Or hatred, that it be clear which in his race he loved me. For I have seen his nature, talking about Adam, but he has not seen his own nature. Therefore, though not seeing, he will sin worse. And I said, after sin, what is there but death? And I put him to sleep. I put sleep into him, and he fell asleep. And I took from him a rib and created him a wife, that death should come to him by his wife. And I took his last word and called her name Mother, that is to say Eva. But when you get into Genesis, Adam said, this is flesh of what? And bone of my what? So he created woman to see who he would love more, because he's supposed to keep the Most High wisdom in his bosom. But he let Eve overrule him. He looked at that bosom and he like, no, what you saying, woman? He told you we can do what? Well, God said we ain't supposed to do it. Look here, man, I'm telling you, what this dude told me, you ain't gonna believe. He said, we actually God. You ain't gonna believe this. He said, but this how we supposed to do things. And he listened to her. He listened to his nature that came out of him. Just like if you listen to your children that come out of you and give you instruction against the Most High. Like Dwayne Wade said, his son came home, I want to tell you my truth. Well, that truth is a lie according to Deuteronomy. You ain't a man trapped in a woman's body. You ain't even reached puberty yet. How you listening to him? What you say? Tell him what? Yeah, yes, sir.
That's the problem. They quit telling them to sit down.
Absolutely, that's what I'm talking about. See, and he calls her to be wicked. See, it said, though she was found in a transgression, but all of them got sentenced, didn't it? Did Eve get sentenced alone? No. And then when you read 2 Tim chapter 2, verse 12 through 15, it says, I suffer a woman not to teach. But if they be come back together like they supposed to, like in the beginning, then she shall be saved in childbearing. It said they. It goes back to the sin of the garden. We all the way up here in the book of Timothy. Paul is saying the same thing about the garden. He said, y'all better come back together. And both y'all have to be on the same mindset about the Most High. Then we could run 1 Corinthians 11. The man is head of the woman the head of the children. You understand? But Adam flipped that in the beginning. He trusted what come out of him, that it was more powerful than him and could give him more knowledge. That's coming from you. You did that, Adam. That came out of you. That's your child. That's bone of your bone and flesh of your flesh. I made you in my image. That's your image. Y'all understand? That's what we got today. That's why children are our oppressors. If you give them the floor, how they gonna tell you I'm feeling like this? Look, my little sister.
How you feel now?
Babysitting. Look, babysitting. Look, y'all watching my younger sister, and she play with me. She had the easy bake oven, her dial. Mama just have to come home. I'm combed down her just playing with her. Put that damn dial down. You gonna be a fag. If I catch you again, I'm gonna beat your ass. I throw that dial across that. That movie Barbie, every time I see it, I just get mad. Get it off of that Netflix.
You've been tormented for years.
Boy, look here. An easy bake oven? No. That bacon got rough for me. But that drove it out then. I couldn't look back and tell her I'm feeling like Barbie. If I'd have said that, boy, it'd have been trouble. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't say it. Look, it was drove away.
She did not can into your.
Boy, look here. She told me what she would do. She told me what it's gonna create, and then she told me I'm gonna beat your ass if I see you with it again. And she meant what she said and said what she meant. That's right. So how he then gonna listen to him? This boy ain't even reached puberty yet. Hormones raging, his voice ain't even changed, and not only that, but you hired a trans man to be the babysitter. He the one he put in charge while they leave the house. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
He taught him well.
That babysitter put that in his head.
He just put it in his head.
Go and tell your father. Go and tell your father your truth. And look, Joe Biden got this assistant turned into that transvestite in his cabinet. He's the one saying we need to give them puberty blockers before they get to puberty, and we can stop them from accepting being a man or a woman. They said let's get them before, and that's what she's saying. She's saying the Biden administration say it's okay. They put me in charge to lead this cause. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Then children become your oppressor, which you will be oppressed because don't no man want to see his son like that. Now, it's in everybody's family, y'all. These spirits out here, just like it's a murderer in your family, just like it's a whoremonger in your family, just like it's an adulterer, which Paul says some of us
these
were.
things you were. Yes.
You were.
Yes.
So if it were, then that means you can't be born in sin. You were born shapen in iniquity, but not in sin. Sin is the transgression of the law. So when they pull that baby out, what law did that baby break to be born in sin? Did he kick the doctor? Slap me again on my rear end if you want to, doctor, and stole on the doctor as a baby. When they slapped him, was he crying? A boy, baby. Let's catch up on this, y'all. Where we at? We hold that, y'all, real quick. What you laughing at, Elijah? Hebrews 11:17 through 19. Y'all, real quick, and then we're going to get into this book of Jasher. Real quick. No, Hebrews, 11:17 through 19.
Hebrews what?
Chapter 11, verse 17. Most High say it's okay to rape. You know that's what they was doing in Sodom and Gomorrah when a man come to your town. Y'all read Jasher, the last part of that 18th chapter. They see a man, that's what they did to Noah. Who was them men you got in there? They didn't ask about no women folk. Who is the men that we may know them? You think they wanted to say, hey, I'm Sodom and Gomorrahite, and who are you? You're from heaven? Okay. No, is they wanted that no that means sexual intercourse.
They wasn't trying to play domino.
And they, right. And they told him, if you don't send them out, you on the chopping block. Lot.
The thing is, they didn't even want his daughters.
They did. He told me, I give you my virgin daughters. A man ain't never said, man, we don't want them skanks. We want that man China. Now send them out here.
They got that light on us. They got that light we need to see.
See it, yeah. Bring them men's out here.
It makes you, hey, but think about this. They must have already had their way with his other two daughters' husbands that they didn't want to leave.
They didn't want to leave. Right.
He had two other daughters that had husbands that didn't leave.
Right. They was married. Lot had 4 daughters, really.
So the men already had their way with their husbands.
They liked the way it was back in there. That's like somebody liked the LA parties.
Right. They like shit. They kick it. They like the way they kicked it.
But then get the lot, so man, come on.
Well, Lot, the angel snatched him back and closed the door. They're like, partner, get back. They're crazy. You can't talk sense into them.
But it says Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation daily. So Lot, even though he lived there, he wasn't with that whole program.
Right.
He was banging on them daily with the scripture.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't with that program. He was banging on them on a daily basis.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But he had 2 other daughters that had husbands that didn't want to leave.
Didn't want to go.
Love it there.
Love it there.
They had been on those, seasonally vacations.
What's the explanation for it? It's like LA. Everybody want to go to LA. It's Hollywood.
Right.
And the holly tree. That's the one that witches you from the holly tree. That's what wickedness said. It's called the city of Los Angeles.
Or they go to Vegas, Sin City.
Or Sin City was in Vegas, stayed in Vegas. So when you get to the end of Joshua, say a man would take his wife and his virgin daughters, go into Sodom and Gomorrah. They would detach themselves for 2 weeks. They get with anybody they want, and then when they meet back up in 2 weeks, they go home. They say they won't even say nothing to each other. Wife swapping back then, children swapping, the whole night. That was a common practice. Atlanta now, the black San Francisco. That's where the Freaknik is held. It's the same thing. It's not a land. It's not the land. It's the people that make up the land.
It's the locale.
The land was just named after a king. Yeah. King Sodom and King Gomorrah.
Right.
But it was 5 cities total. It wasn't just that. So LA is that place.
Right. Well, we have those 5 cities. You have LA, you have Vegas.
Yeah.
You have Atlanta.
Yeah.
You have the
San Francisco. Yeah.
So you have your Sodom and Gomorrah in the capital. In the country of Babylon.
Yeah.
You know, America is making up all those wicked nations in one walk.
Yeah. And look, everybody that's out there are taking up root up there agree with it. Magic Johnson finally came to say, well, I accept what he gonna be, and then you start championing his cause. Dwayne Wade did, and they out in LA, bro. I'm telling you where it's legal. If we went out there, boy, and you had that look on your face like that, they'd be like, where this strange Negro come from? If you were looking at 2 men switching down the street with a diamond-studded thong on.
2 men, you gonna see somebody that look like a dime piece, and then her voice gonna be deeper than yours.
Sure is. And hands look like a back catcher mitt with a dress on.
I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Let's get caught up, y'all. But that's all we talking about, bro. It's behavior.
That one could have got me.
But people move
the 2 daughters that stayed with they hood.
Yeah.
You thinking they might have been?
Well, what we saying is they like the activity.
Dealing with it.
So it was. What I'm saying, it was comfortable to them.
Right.
It became. We got absorbed with it. Like they keep putting 5 or 6 homosexual commercials while you watching the game. Yeah. While you watching TV. See, they figure it's only so much long you can do like this.
I mean, look at how many people go to Mardi Gras and Pride Parades and all that. Just to be a part of the festivities. You know what I'm saying? Because anything goes. And that's their lifestyle. That's their mindset. Do as thou wilt.
Absolutely.
So they promote that. They support that. Because they want to do it. They want to do everything that they.
Big thing.
And peep this, the Messiah said the homeland will be like Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah to this day. Guess who leads in the gay pride parade? Israel. Tel Aviv hosts the biggest gay pride parade on the planet, on the Holy Land.
And then even announced that it's no longer a month. They say it's a season.
Yes, sir. That's 3 months.
They have extended it for a season.
3 months.
It's no longer a month.
Yes, sir.
Tower Grove area, that's like.
Oh boy, that's the Grove. Come on, that's why they call it a Grove. I see Isaiah 65. One tree in the midst in that Grove.
You can't even find a church over there that don't.
Just like you see Bohemian Grove.
Right.
Where all the
What it say, Bohemian Grove?
Bohemian Grove.
Anywhere it's a grove, it's some sin going on.
Boy, look here.
That's why the Most High said, "Do not plant groves."
Let's get caught up, y'all, real quick. Where we at? Hebrews 11, 17 through 19, y'all. We're gonna run this jazz, y'all. We're gonna give the rest for homework.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
By faith, Abraham, when he was tried.
When he was what?
Tried.
See, that ain't temptation. The Most High trials are called trying you, just checking your faith. Go ahead.
Offered up Isaac. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son.
Notice how Paul is writing. He said he received the promises in Genesis 12 through 15. He received the promises. You're going to have a great nation. And out of your seed, and I'm going to pass this on to your son. So that was the promise before. The sacrifice of Isaac didn't come to Genesis 22 chapter.
That's right.
Isaac was 37 years old then. You understand what I'm saying? So the promises cannot be annulled. How you going to break your promise? So he can't. The whole deal with Isaac being sacrificed was never about Isaac, because the Most High knew what his promise. I already promised him. I'm not going to tempt him with evil. That would mean the Most High is trying to go back on his word and cut the promise out he made. That make him a lesser God and say, man, I really can't deliver that, boy. Y'all ain't going to be at the stars of heaven, man. Y'all going to be like a salt shaker, bro. That's it. But you get out of salt shaker, bro. I don't know why I said to you. That's what they do to the Father.
But see, it just shows that Abraham was teaching him the right way, because he was willing to be that sacrifice.
We're going to get to that. Let's get to that, bro. Let's get to that.
He was willing to do that.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. And notice this. He was 37 years old, so he was a grown man, able to make his own decision. He could have told his dad, you losing your mind. That's the devil tripping with you.
Pick up your own sticks.
But they want you to believe that Isaac was 5 or 6 years old, or like your son right there. Like if he came to you and you put him on the altar like that. He would do what you say because he trusts you. You understand what I'm saying? But it wasn't that way. Isaac was a grown man. 37 is grown, ain't he?
Yes, sir. See, look, they both knew the Most High wasn't going to lie to them.
Absolutely, bro. That's what we talking about. Let's get some more. What that verse 18 said.
Of whom it was said, that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Accounting that Yahweh was able to raise him up.
To do what?
Raise him up, even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
We can hold that, but see, Abraham knew it was going to be a resurrection. He had no problem. They put him to death, I'll see him again.
Yes. Right.
I got a bosom, he coming to that. That's my son. I'm at least see him now. We'll be together in my bosom, Abraham's bosom, on the third level of heaven. Abraham ain't worried about this life. Right. He didn't give him to me till I was 99.
With all his riches, he still didn't call this his best life.
Yeah. Y'all, we'll hold on that Acts 10. We're going to do the rise, kill, and eat. But it's the same thing, y'all. We'll get back to that. But real quick, y'all, let's get into that Jasher. Did I have it down there? I don't know why I didn't have that down there. I should have had that Jasher, what is it, 22? What we say, Jasher 22. Yes, sir. That should be on there, Jasher 22. Y'all, we're going to run this so y'all get the understanding that where it started in the beginning. 21 shows where Isaac was born. But we're going to see the devil's temptation. And look, the reason Ishmael had to get run out, he was choking Isaac out. Yeah. Giving him noogies. He was 13 years older than him. He was a big brother. You ain't getting the covenant, nigga. I'm the firstborn.
Right. Final straw.
I'm the firstborn. You shouldn't have been born.
When Rebecca saw him aiming his arrows, aiming his arrows at him like he was gonna kill him.
Yeah, just like, you know how you do this. He like, oh no, that's it. He gonna kill
one day he is gonna kill him. he gonna try to kill him. So
Practice
like he
makes-
gotta go.
Yeah, yeah.
Practice makes perfect.
Where we at? Start right about verse 40. We in 20. Hold on, we're in 22. Verse 41.
Okay, yeah, 41.
We can start at 40. Go ahead, start at 40. Go ahead.
40.
Y'all, we're in the book of Jasher, chapter 22, verse 40. And y'all, we're going to get back to the root of this discussion before we start talking about if God is unrighteous about asking you, will you sacrifice your son? If my son 37 years old, he can make his own decisions.
That's right.
He carried his own wood, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
See, they make you think like you had him with a sacrifice load on his back. Get it, come on, boy, quit that falling on your knees. Come on, be a man. Stop crying. Stop crying. Let's get it, y'all.
Stop crying.
Well, get yourself together.
Yeah.
You finna set me on fire.
Now look, as we read this, when we get into this, you're going to see that the two servants that went with him was Eleazar and Ishmael. Yep. So even though he sent Ishmael with his mama, because young children supposed to be with their mama to a certain age, but he went to see Ishmael a couple times. And Ishmael is with him when they go to the sacrifice of Isaac. Yep. So 13, if Isaac, is 37, then how old Ishmael? 13 years more than that. 50. So 10 would be 47, 50. He 50 years old, Ishmael. And he with his dad. Y'all understand what we saying? Let's get some more. Yes, sir. Absolutely, bro.
The book of Jasher, chapter 22 and verse 40.
Yeah.
And Isaac, the son of Abraham, was growing up in those days. And Abraham, his father, taught him the way of the Most High, to know the Most High. And the Most High was with him. And when Isaac was 37 years old.
How old was he?
37 years old.
So we won't think Jasher playing any game. Somebody just real quick Genesis 22 and just see what he say about how old Isaac was there. So there's no misunderstanding. Just real quick, we're going to come right back to this. Yeah. Hold on, let me get that real quick. Right there, y'all, maybe in 21. Hold on, I'm saying 22. Hold on. Oh, I guess if I get in 22, I was in 24.
Okay. Talking about verse 1. Oh, yeah.
Where is that?
It's 22.
22 and what? Okay, I'm just looking for how old he was. It's in Genesis 2. Hold on.
Oh, the age.
Yeah. Okay, Sarah. Go ahead. We'll keep reading that, Josh. I'm gonna find it real quick. Right quick. Hold on. Let me get it real quick.
It just say he was a lad, don't it?
Yeah, that's all it say. It don't say age.
Hold on.
It just say lad.
Okay.
22 and I just read it.
Genesis 22 and 5 is, let me see. Hold on, 5. And everyone said, I'll go lad and yonder. Okay, now you know Jacob was called a lad too. Took 5 night, Isaac father. Hold on, lad. Go ahead, keep reading that. I'll pick it up. I'll get it real quick.
Verse 41. And when Isaac was 37 years old, Ishmael his brother was going about with him in the tent. And Ishmael boasted of himself to Isaac, saying, I was 13 years old when the Most High spoke to my father to circumcise us. And I did according to the word of the Most High, which he spoke to my father. And I gave my soul unto Yahweh. And I did not transgress his word, which he commanded my father. And Isaac answered Ishmael, saying, Why dost thou boast to me about this? About a little bit of thy flesh, which thou didst take from thy body. concerning which the Most High commanded thee.
Uh-huh.
As the Most High liveth, the Elohim of my father Abraham, if the Most High should say unto my father, take now thy son Isaac, and bring him up an offering before me.
Okay, hold 1 second. What I'm talking about, okay, we got 23:1. It tells of Sarah dying. Sarah died before they got back from the sacrifice. Sarah died at 127. 127, she had him at 90. So 127 minus 90 leaves you with what? 37. So 23:1 gives the age, because she died before they got back.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? So that tells them, but a lad was called, Isaac was called a lad, and he was 40 years old. Yes. Jacob is called a lad, y'all. And usually you're a lad until you, technically you're under that. It's like a term for a single man.
Right.
When you become a husband and you bear children, then you're a man now.
Virgin is just a young man.
Just a young man. And they were virgins in this time too, because men were told not to frolic, because anybody you have sex with, you had to marry him. There was no such thing as free sex in the Bible. Concubines, everywhere you see concubines, the word behind it is wife. It's just a second wife. You understand what I'm saying? There ain't no such thing as free males or women for free sex. It don't exist in the Bible.
It's called fornication.
It's called fornication, absolutely. Go ahead, bro.
44 again.
Yeah.
As the Most High liveth, the Elohim of my father Abraham, if the Most High should say unto my father, take now thy son Isaac, and bring him up an offering before me, I would not refrain, but I would joyfully accede to it. And the Most High heard the word that Isaac spoke to Ishmael, and it seemed good in the sight of the Most High. And he thought to try Abraham in this matter.
So he thought to try Abraham on what his son said, based on what Abraham had taught his son.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Abraham had taught his son, man, when the Most High come at you, you make sure you don't turn your back on him. And that's why him and Ishmael was going at it. Ishmael talking about his circumcision. He like, man, you boasting about that little piece of meat that can't nobody see. You got drawers on. You'd have to show it off to somebody. You got to pull your drawers down. And you ain't supposed to pull your drawers down unless you finna get with your wife. It can only be there because if you don't, you're going to put that covenant in a strange woman. And that's the last thing you see before action start. That covenant. It's supposed to be your wife, not a strange woman, that you put that covenant in. And notice it's in your drawers, so you can't brag about it. So they was discussing back and forth in the tent. I was like, man, I don't want to hear none of that, player.
I'll lay my life down.
I'll lay my life down for the Most High. And the Most High heard it first.
Right.
He said, I see how well my servant done trained his son. We'll get a look at this.
Because
he got this from somewhere.
No, I'm going to test his servant.
I'm going to test his dad.
He taught the boy,
I'm going to test who
really
created
learned that
him.
lesson.
Yes, sir. Who did he learn that from? Let's get it. Go ahead.
Verse 46.
Yeah.
And the day arrived when the sons of Yah came and placed themselves before the Most High. And Satan also came with the sons of Yah before Yahweh.
Job 1 say the same thing. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And the Most High said unto Satan, whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Most High said to Satan, what is thy word to me concerning all the children of the earth? And Satan answered the Most High and said, I have seen all the children of the earth who serve thee and remember thee when they require anything from thee.
So he said your servants only your servants because you give them stuff.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 49.
Yeah.
And when thou givest them the thing that they require from thee, they sit at their ease and forsake thee, and they remember thee no more. Hast thou seen Abraham the son of Terah, who at first had no children?
So see how the Most High running it to Satan, who at first had no children.
Right.
Go ahead.
And he served thee and erected altars to thee wherever he came. And he brought up offerings upon them. And he proclaimed thy name continually to all the children of the earth. And now that his son Isaac is born to him, he has forsaken thee. He has made a great feast for all the inhabitants of the land. And the Most High he has forgotten.
So what Satan is questioning the Most High about is the weaning of Isaac.
Right.
He invited kings from other nations. You read this in the book of Genesis. The king from this nation. He said, come and see the holy child that's born to a man that's 100 years old and a mama that's 90 years old. You understand? So everybody comes. So you seeing the glory of the Most High because that's unheard of.
Right.
Go ahead. What else to say?
Verse 52.
Yeah.
For amidst all that he has done, he brought thee no offering, neither burnt offering nor peace offering, neither ox, lamb, nor goat of all that he killed on the day that his son was weaned.
See, he said he didn't even invite you to that party.
Right.
He didn't invite you. Look, everybody else, strange nations coming. Lord, I didn't hear him say, and the Lord, will you come to the weaning of Isaac? I didn't hear him say it. So Satan is trying. So, you know, verse 50 is Satan challenging the Most High, you know, or just basically saying he didn't offer no sweet sacrifice.
He didn't acknowledge
He didn't acknowledge you. Right. Go ahead, what else he saying?
Verse 53.
Yeah.
Even from the time of his son's birth till now, being 37 years, he built no altar before thee, nor brought any offering to thee. For he saw that thou didst give what he requested before thee, and he therefore forsook thee. And the Most High said to Satan, you crazy?
Yeah, that's what he said.
And the Most High said to Satan, hast thou thus considered my servant Abraham? For there is none like him upon earth, a perfect and an upright man before me, one that feareth Yah and avoideth evil. As I live, were I to say unto him, bring up Isaac thy son before me, he would not withhold him from me.
This is what the Lord said about Abraham. He said, if I told him to bring his son up for me, he wouldn't withhold him from me. Go ahead.
Much more if I told him to bring up a burnt offering before me from his flock or herd. And Satan answered the Most High and said, speak then now unto Abraham as thou hast said, and thou wilt see whether he will not this day transgress and cast aside thy word.
Now when you go into the 23rd chapter gives you all of the sacrifice information. It's going to show you what Satan was trying to block the way. All throughout there, you're going to see Satan throwing tricks. He act like an old man, and then what he did at the end of it, when he couldn't win, when the ram was in the bush, you know, see, the Most High, it's the same exact way because the Messiah had to fill the same exact role. The same exact role. The Messiah carried his cross. You're going to read in here, Isaac carried the wood to be sacrificed on. And right when Abraham was like this, it said, when you finish reading this 24, it said Isaac turned his neck like this, like, go on, do what you're going to do, Dad. I'll see you in the resurrection. This is where their mindset, and this is where our mindset have to be. Because we going to die, y'all, unless the second coming happens. And then we going to die of this flesh anyway. So we have to have hope in the resurrection in Hebrews 4th chapter. We got to seek that other rest.
That's right.
That's where our goal is, not on this earthly thing, because this going to get you killed faster.
That's right.
But y'all read all of the rest of that 24.
23 and 24.
23 and 24. Y'all read all of that Jasher. So just because we have to move a little bit, real quick, y'all, we ain't got about 15 minutes. Let's pick it up real quick. We're going to just run through the unrighteous ones that they'll try to go to that's saying the Most High allows this, or there's other people in the Bible sacrificing, but it's to their gods. You understand what I'm saying? It's to their gods, not to our gods. He said, I told y'all can't sacrifice to Molech. They'll run there and say burn off. No, I'll tell you what, Judges 11 is what I want. That's what I should have had on there. Boy, how I'm missing them. Must have been writing fast. Judges 11. Judges 11, real quick, y'all, because we're going to see the word burnt sacrifice in here, or offering a sacrifice, and we're going to see if this brother did what he promised. He made a personal vow. Judges 11, start about, is it 31?
That's where I'm at. My page was there like I knew you was gonna come.
Boy, that's the spirit then, bro. It mean it's your turn.
Yes, there you go.
It was.
Ezra was here. You take your turn.
Yeah.
He probably at home reading.
Yeah. Y'all hurry up.
Yeah, he reading, got the volume down.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So just to bring you up to speed on this, Jephthah was a mighty warrior in Israel, but he didn't know who his daddy was. So they called his mama a harlot. So the other warrior men of Israel used to chide him about, you don't know who your daddy is. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who your daddy is, but he was an expert with war. When them Philistines got on them so-called Hebrews that's supposed to have been sharp, they had to come looking for him. Man, we need your help. See, at that point, he could have said, I ain't helping y'all. Defend y'allself. Remember, my mama's a whore. But he didn't do that. He said, this bigger than y'all name calling on me. This is about the Most High and who's supposed to rule. And the order is Israel have to rule. They have to see our life. So we just going to pick it up to verse 29, where Jephthah made a vow to the Most High. When you read from verse 1 down, he said, if you help me with this war to redeem Israel, whatever comes out, and you bring me back home safe, I don't get killed in the war. Whoever or whatever comes out of my front door, soon as I get back, I will give to you as a burnt sacrifice, and you can have it forever. He made that vow. So let's pick it up at 31 and 29, and we'll see what happened. Go ahead, bro.
Judges chapter 11, verse 29. Then the Spirit of the Most High came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead. He passed over unto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Most High. He vowed a vow unto the Most High, and said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hand, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace.
When I do what?
When I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Most High's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering.
What he gonna offer it up for?
A burnt offering.
Anything that come out his door. Now he vowed a vow just like Jacob did in 28. If you do this for me, that's what at Leviticus 27 was in. If you make a personal vow, you got to keep to it, because vow is a swearing. That's why he say don't swear unless you sure you want to put it on the line, because he hold you to swearing. He say yea or nay, or I affirm. If you go to court and you know it could be something in there that you don't want to tell, you can put your hand on. They say, do you swear? You say, no, I affirm. They say, we'll accept that, because swearing and you lie, then that's when they bring punishments on for perjury. Let's get some more of that. What it say?
Verse 32.
Yeah.
So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Most High delivered them into his hand.
Now notice his vow was, I need to come home in peace. So his vow was, I don't want to get killed. So you save my life, and I'll give you a life for it. It's a trade-off, ain't it? Yeah. Let's get some more.
And he smote them from Aurora even until thou come to Menoneth, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances. And she was his only child.
What was she?
His only child. Beside her, he had neither son nor daughter.
Now look, his daughter knew the ways of Israel, because she come out with her girl, her little sister friends, with timbrels and harp like they did for David when he come back. You understand? David had killed his 10,000.
Right.
That's what really ticked Saul off and say,
Right.
Saul, you only killed 1,000.
Yeah.
This a boy killing 10,000. You a grown man.
Right.
And that's what made Saul jealous too.
Right.
Go ahead. What else to say?
Verse 35.
Yeah.
And it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Most High, and I cannot go back.
What he say?
I cannot go back.
Y'all understand what he's saying? I made a vow and I can't break it.
Right.
Oh, baby girl, why you had to come out the house first? Why you had, he didn't, and you know his heart is sorrowful now. It's his only child. That means the child going to serve in the temple.
Right.
For service of the Lord. Go ahead, read some more, Zed. We'll see what she did.
Never have offspring, grandchildren. or
Absolutely. None of that. It stops with one child. Go ahead. What else to say, Zed?
And he said unto him, My father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Most High, do to me according to which hath proceeded out of thy mouth. For as much as the Most High hath taken vengeance of thee, of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon.
Y'all see what she told her daddy. Daddy, if you made that vow, then
Another
keep
child,
your word. Keep
another
your word.
child raised in righteousness.
And righteous. Keep your word, Daddy. Go ahead. What else to say?
And she said unto her father, Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone for 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountain and bewail my virginity and my fellows.
So she wanted to just
and my fellows.
She wanted to just hang with her girls and just say, look, let us just go to the mountain and tell different people, I'm finna serve the Lord, y'all. I'm finna serve the Lord. She letting everybody know I'm off limits for good. I just need a couple. I just need to experience some time with my girls. So and she didn't go sowing her oats or nothing. You know, she just had to get this out of her system. Let everybody know. Look, my daddy made a vow.
Right.
So she went to the mountain. Everybody that was in charge, so they would know. My daddy made a vow, and I'm gonna have to go, y'all. And then her girl, it's gonna be all right. Look, you can be a godmother to my son.
Right.
You can be this. That's what her friends said. Don't worry about it. You can be an. It's almost like a woman that's barren. Other women offer her motherhood.
Right.
Let's get some more. Finish that off.
And he said, Go, and he sent her away for 2 months. And she went up, and she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity.
What did she bewail?
Her virginity upon the mountain. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did with her according to his vow which he had vowed. And she knew no man.
What did she do?
And she knew no man.
Y'all understand this? No sex was involved. She knew no man because she couldn't come back to her father's house defiled.
Right.
That would be even if her father was spit in his daughter's face if she came home pregnant. Where your husband? He ain't got none. I got drunk a little bit. I got a little tipsy. No, he spit in her face and put her out 7 days. That's what it said when they put Miriam out the camp. They're like, if you came to your father's house, he would spit in your face and you be put out. With this type of behavior coming back in. What else to say, Zed?
And it was a custom in Israel that the daughter of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah, the Gileadite, 4 days in a year.
Now that was a burnt sacrifice. Did anybody get burned up?
Nope.
You know what burned? His soul.
It hurt me more than it hurt you.
It burned his soul that he had made that vow, because the last person he was expecting to come out of the house was her. You understand what I'm saying? So that was a burnt offering. But they want to make it everything wood and fire and a human being. Now this is the kicker to everything we were saying. The Messiah was a grown man. He was 33. He made his decision to go to the cross. He said, but if it be thy will. He asked, could the cup be removed? He said, no, if it be thy will, I'll do it. But he wasn't coaxed into it either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He went on his own. 33 years old. Isaac, how old?
37.
He's a grown man, make his own decisions. At any time, he could have said, no, Dad, I'm going to have to disappoint you with this one. But these naysayers make it like the Most High is a baby killer. and they twist that scripture to make people think Isaac was a little boy, like our son right there, forcing him to carry his own wood. And people be thinking, man, the Most High, man, that ain't right. That just ain't right for him to take somebody's child and do him like that. So y'all, we got a little homework. We wasn't able to get to it. But at the end of this lesson, I had the Most High give you over to unrighteous thought, because the homework is what the Most High gives them over to their thoughts. And it was Israelites that he said, you want to sacrifice your child to Molech, Jinn, you go right ahead. So people think the Lord is ordaining evil. No. But it wasn't. He tried to stop you. And y'all, where I got unrighteous, y'all write this down for homework. 2 Kings chapter 3. Read verse 1 and 2 so you can get the gist of it. The subject matter. Skip down to verse 26 and 27 is where they like to take you to and say that it was some bad advice, evil advice. But always start at verse 1 to get your subject matter. Jeremiah 7 and 1. Read that first. Then go to verse 30 and 34 and you'll see what he gave them over to. Then you want to go to Psalm 106 verse 37. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 20. We don't sacrifice to devil. Paul said the same thing. So y'all, then what I want you to do is look up or Wikipedia, or whatever you do, Egypt retainer sacrifice. Now these was the wicked individuals that if a king was about to die, any of his servants, they would kill him. Didn't matter how old they was. Anybody in his family that served him, they would kill him on the spot so that he could have them as servants in the afterlife. It's called Egypt retainer sacrifice. That's the wickedness.
Come on and go with me.
Come on and go with me, yeah. He dead, now we kill everybody else.
Come here, nigga.
Y'all look up the Egypt retainer sacrifice. Y'all, these last two we gonna hit because the Most High give you over to unrighteous thought. Ezekiel 20:25, hit that one verse, and then Romans 1:20, we out. Real quick, y'all, just these last two verses.
You said that's Psalm 106 and verse 37?
Yes, sir.
137?
Yeah.
What was that Romans?
That Romans. Shalom, y'all. Shalom, young man. Yeah, he like sleep. Like that. Romans 1:20, we're going to read that on down. That's where he say, who know the righteousness of God. We're going to read them too in Ezekiel 20:25. Just because he said, who know the righteousness of God. Y'all, it's a difference when you know the righteousness of God and you do wrong anyway. He said, I'll just let you do wrong here. You just too hard head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, give you over to a
reprobate mind. It won't be correct. Instead of killing you, I'll let you kill yourself.
Right.
Go on, sacrifice yourself. So let's just hit these real quick. Ezekiel 20:25 real quick. What you got, Tom?
Hebrews 10 and 26.
Run it.
After thou hast tasted the gift. I can't.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
There you go.
He ain't there.
Oh, he wasn't there? Okay.
No, he wasn't.
Here now.
You just yelling
No, he
stuff
ain't.
out.
See, listen, y'all. Reason I'm going to this Ezekiel 20:25 is because you have to start at verse 1 of this. This is just a verse 25 that they put on you if you don't know how to study subject matter first. They're going to put this on you. Ain't this what your God doing right here? Look at your God. Yeah. Look at your God. And you looking at, you ain't never read this before because you stuck on what we call it, verse teaching. But Thomas, when you find it, go ahead.
That was the problem with me coming out of the Sunday church.
Yeah.
They didn't teach us how to study subject matter.
No.
And then you go back, and then you be ashamed of when you actually see the stuff like this and you just go around it.
You go right around it. Right around it. I don't want to see my God doing wrong. Look, in your mind, I don't want to see my God doing wrong.
Yeah.
Look, and then when you say God had me a man trapped in a woman's body, why are you going to church? If he couldn't deliver you at the beginning, how do you think he going to deliver you at the end? What clean thing can come out of an unclean thing? Real quick, y'all. Oh, you cool, Thomas? Go ahead. Run it, Thomas.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26.
What it say?
For if we sin willfully.
If we do what?
If we sin willfully. After that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
Absolutely. Y'all heard that? Once you know the law backwards and forward, you done covered it every angle, and you looking at it, and you close your eyes to that. Every time you see something that you done that you ain't got rid of yet, and you close your eyes and keep reading somewhere else, you don't want to see your transgression. That means you don't want to do right. That's in your soul because you don't want to read it anymore. Real quick, y'all, Ezekiel 20:25, this is where they're going to take you. If somebody told you, man, the one that want to whoop your ass is at the movies, come on, man.
I think I can whoop his ass.
Look, not on that, but this what we talking about that. Look, he was a wine pourer for this brother. He's sitting up with a napkin over his arm like this. Yes. Captain of more than me. You know he's bragging about.
I can't remember when it was.
He's bragging about pouring another man wine.
I got to see the rebroadcast. What was it, last Sunday or 2 Sundays?
It's a video out.
On what?
On the. But you can Google it. I get it to you. We got the view. And they're saying the IUIC member beat with brass knuckles by another member. But real quick, y'all, Romans 1:20, we're going to close on out of here. To see how, once again, the Most High say, why I give you over to that. He's not going to make you. It's like your mother tell you, you keep on doing that, you're going to be out of here. I tell you what, you go on out there with the streets. Don't come back here. Right. And have y'all ever noticed anybody that had to come in early and they made fun, early bird, they always wanted to be over your house. You know why? Because there was law and structure.
Right.
You know what? When they got to stay out past the street lights, they got into trouble.
Yeah. Right.
They was drawn to law. They wanted it because they didn't have it. They could stay out all night. You understand what I'm saying? They could have company all times of night. We couldn't. They had no rules. So you laughing at me got to come in when the street lights on, but you want to be at my house.
Right. Because when everybody went in the house, they still sitting outside and had nobody to play with. And they lonely.
Yeah. The devil is out at that bar. That's who they play with.
I used to always tell my son Josiah when he was in school, I say, son, you admiring the wrong things in the wrong children.
Yeah.
You think these children that don't have guidance from their parents have it all. Thinking, they got freedom to do what they want when they want to. I say, son, but they don't have structure. They looking at you, they jealous of you. While you thinking you jealous of them because they got freedom, what you think is freedom, they jealous of you because you got a home state.
Yeah.
You got 2 parents that love you and guide you correctly. They want what you have.
Yeah, that's what they want.
And so one of the kids that used to bully him had to come up there and have a meeting with his parents. And I saw where he got that foolishness from. But later on, the little boy asked me one day, I'm coming to check up on Josiah, see how he's doing in school. Little boy stopped me, he said, Mr. Burton, when you come up here to check on Josiah, could you check on me too?
You see that?
I said, yeah, son.
Wanted somebody to care about. Right. Wanted somebody to care about him. True love, though. I'm not talking about buying me everything I want.
No.
Just straighten me out.
And he had all the fly gear. All the fly gear. But guess where he is now?
You know where he at? The Gray Bar Motel.
In the penitentiary.
Where you check in, and then they tell you when you can leave. 19
years old, he's in the penitentiary right now. While my son is out.
And why them jail bars always gray, like?
Keep you down. Machine break. There's no hope in machine break.
Dull sight. They don't want you to see no kind of flourishment.
The Gray Bar Motel. This Romans 20, y'all, we got to close on out. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 20, verse
1.
Chapter 1, verse
Start about 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ.
Neither am I.
For it is the power of Yahweh unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek.
See, you can't be ashamed. How you going to be mad at a Gentile because he want to hear the word?
Right.
See, the Pharisees didn't want to hear the word. And it said Gentiles were standing outside the synagogue. They say, if you mind, if we hear the word of the Lord, we hear it and we like it. We'll stay out here. We know we can't come in there. We'll just stand right here. Can you preach it to us? And the Pharisees, y'all don't want to hear that mad talk. He hustling y'all, and change fall out of their pocket right then. Let's get some more.
For therein is the righteousness of Yahweh revealed from faith to faith. As it is written, the just shall live by faith.
Right.
For the wrath of Yahweh is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness.
What they hold the truth in?
Unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of Yahweh is manifest in them. For Yahweh hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead.
Yes, sir.
So that they are without excuse.
What are they without?
Excuse.
See, this is what I'm talking about. At judgment day, there's no excuses. None. You know what's right or wrong. Your soul was designed. I don't care what nation it is on earth. Your soul knows right and wrong. That's right. It gives you, and every time we did something wrong, you knew when they was telling you it was going to be wrong. You like, that don't sound right, especially if you came from parents that kept the law. Man, look, when the street lights come on, just get closer to your front door. You don't have to go in. That ain't what my parents told me. They said, when the street lights come on, be in here, inside. Not on the front porch, not sitting on the ledge, not sitting on the car, but in the house. Ask Nerf about not wanting to come in the street lights. Nerf couldn't handle it. My mama come out, it was 1:30. Where that boy at? She come in the room checking every night. Where that boy at? I said, I don't know. He was in here when I went to bed. Come on, get up, put your clothes on, because my father worked overnight driving cabs and worked for the city. Yeah. So we get out the door. He's sitting out there on the car. I guess he figured I'm outside. Boy, if you don't get your ass in. And the girl that he talked to took off running. Just took off running because she knew it. Got in there, boy, and let him have it. He couldn't have it, man. Look, street lights on. She holler out that window, Calvin Terry! I take off. Nerf couldn't handle early bird. I ain't no early bird. I'm going to stand out here just a few seconds longer. And look, y'all wonder why Nerf liked the club so much? It started at that age, you know, when he was young. He don't go no more. He said, I did enough clubbing for 10 lifetimes. Right. But that's why he would be out, because the girl saw him in the grocery store. She said, that's that going out dude. That's all she knows about. But, and look, a guy told him, he said, man, he said, if you had enemies, if you had any enemies, it would be no problem killing you. They know where you gonna be. You understand what I'm saying? It's that good you ain't got no enemies. Any new club, Nerf would break it in. So y'all just saying that from that perspective. But go ahead, Elisha, finish that on off. Down to 26.
Verse 21.
Yeah.
Because that when they knew Yahweh, they glorified him not as Yahweh. Neither were thankful. But became vain in their imagination.
What they become, Elisha?
Worthless.
Yeah.
And their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Oh my God. I've been up to the stars and the moon. And
we judge the Most High.
Yeah, we'll judge him.
Why you need them glasses?
Boy, look here. Yeah, right. Why you need these glasses? Go ahead.
And change the glory of the uncorruptible Yahweh into an image made like unto corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to the uncleanness through the lust of their own heart.
To the lust of their what?
Own heart.
Y'all see when we hit that James that say you're drawn away and enticed from by your own lust. Yes. And when lust hath conceived, it bring forth sin. Go ahead.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
So I worship the universe, not the one who created the universe. Go ahead.
For this cause, Elohim gave them up unto vile affections.
What kind of affections lie?
Vile.
Vile, evil. What I call love. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
And you ain't right.
Go ahead.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge.
Don't want them in there. Get rid of the Bible. Go ahead.
Elohim gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate.
The what?
Debate.
Say it again.
Debate.
Okay.
Debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters,